الرحمن الرحيم.
Well, Abonondua Nisa, our Kessben television, Kessben 93.3, Kessben 92.9 Accra. Na more monitor program no live, our DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 121. Yamamunina chi ene anope ye churchiamo ye cheobia watching eba midfield action program no so kopim se no mienu ebabo ye ni moa na etna na ide agudemu nsem papa no abro babia wo bia ene anope odo de eba be kan ho 0551599933 0551599933 and no any WhatsApp line but we do messages no afaso abreye a video na pesa odeba 0244263902 0244263902 and no any video line WhatsApp video line with me do videos no afaso abreye and anopay edru eye edwada no pa eye weekend activities no aye agudi emu nsem no na ebobo no de bremu aye adwada anopa bia emena so Tony Montana ebe kwa manoni na ya kohwe do de efri amanoni ebreye major leagues no titru score lines being a pie free mu eba tables no key incidents ni nyina no pie free sa matches nyina mu no obobo no e de ebreye Yebeko eye kata nso na yekote ho kakra World Under 17 Championship no so ekoso ewo kata no titru Africa for na omo eka ho no pamjo omodimo enso etisay na fe yekamba ibewura Africa World Cup eye playoff no involving 4 countries ayepe mu bako na wako represent Africa ewo intercontinental playoff no sign na hye no ekopa edemunsem enso ebebremo na fe Wafood Zone B eye ma ball ekoso ewo Benin sign na latest no at GPL Ghana Premier League matches and also cause weekend saying and also score lines no go pay free tables no at say ni nyina no ye bobo wano na ye de bremo coach Tanko Ibrahim or the medium ya debut all right ebehwe enonso Yababesha the super class no Hatofok Kumasi Asante Kotoko Asai Ako Hatofok Panie Bakun Ewo Enkran Sports Stadium na say na match no a key incident and the moon sebgina Bobo no edi Bremo Kotoko yasemo na obia capture bass pa na Otis studio one trust
madwene ho a
me I don't know me lunch bi na kan ya
ma hwe enye TV shot
dabi obi dey say that try
obi say that
ya me nim sa ta na Otis studio ha obi try no
the back on Offside what me dwene ehu feature na
yes key incident they see the managers know the two the players know the two efa Ghana Premier League matches the true heart of folk and the Kumasi Asante Kotoko de no the hunsem enso ebebremo yebebo modern na ya free referee for na omo acheche omadwen de afa incident controversial amanfo twe diary enya sam keto akra na omo de omadwen kire ne ade nyina no abrey yebe so mu a kopim se no mienu bebo na ebe page mu na fe kran to kran enso atwaso ede amaye utianka live on DSTV 364 Go TV 121 and craning potemo nyina Kessben 92.9 sanso na Kessben TV Plus nyina no utianka Facebook YouTube nyina no ebo agudie nsemi dewro nyi ofide ni mfem free akra Montana de Tony say
na me adoma waduna na nso
nko padom nso me ho
no say rest studio na wo break akra
na me break because na sofu bi nka ordinary person bi kra tata me nka Tony anya de ya mefa ne say o nipa de ya ba omo a eso mu tuefo no onu mum na tata na ho ya be tuefo
nyame ni pe tata
yes sofu kiki we dey say oni tua so otro for na say me dance for abuchi
oh me anka se manisem me amanisem
o sami wa hanom you do door na no nka nyame nko a ka me nim do betimi ya me ho kra Kami bekamu ena opie free oba ye no. Ko no me ndo oba ye.
Sofo ya ka. Kokom ye tufo a.
Because na me nim boni amaye nso. Me bana a friend say ina o teso no table na me say me kra mani amaso me say wa cross no nan wa de bi anim. I'm say there is for was for across. Me ka me choke me wo.
Do ye nti.
Oh, apart from the day na e won chair no. Say was for rice cooker so ba. It's of kiki. Me force you na for say rice cooker this.
So for the rice cooker ba. And enuane die e besu
ha. This is on to duane no. Oh no abeno. E wa hefa. Dem so for rice cooker no go ba adwo ha. Ade. Afire otuozi etwam. And I'm going to say, oh boy, I did 2 weeks.
I did 2 weeks.
Yeah, pony a qua.
Yeah.
That is a
suffer dear.
I started
with the dinswa on the dinjam. Tirasco can never boa me pa. Suffer so
oh,
suffer dear. Eh, or boa me pa. Grow. Now suffer so did the
yeah, I'm sure you stop on at November ending. Who were doing 1 money a day.
Oh, baby, you
trim muscle food. Ade.
You ba no fufu e office.
It's what the salt aba or the one.
On the bibia. Send the still she fridge. Me a principal witness.
So fuki.
Eyewitness.
There's a fasting dear Debbie.
I catch him so or osa.
Who be chop fast ya mama.
Debbie.
Now what you want? Odi uncle.
Also osa. They do any deal on Fanny Agro. And then Juada ye too far.
Me am going to eat rascal nephew. Me am going to say a phone program.
We are the from so far so then.
So free gra.
Ya me ya friend tunu.
Enti ngosna wono so.
Sir, nema na oye no on tete so. Ma ye na mu afre no.
Me who stop for or stop bon side. Oh there you go. When the man is almost you go.
And then Juada ye too for na hensama ekoso anko for ekros ye be shase every Nigeria he ya nyame amfefi a anka yanka so ye nua Nana Kwame Abraham enka nipa bonefo bi ekunu e Nigeria because of football game e course no ye be hwe goal a Nana Kwame Abraham ekwo ye e man club Barrow FC Wabra na omo ene Casino United Herbal na omo da form 1-0 na Nana Kwame Abraham ekwo share goal na ni goal no omo suspect say omo ehu infringement bi wo ho na o say ka referee eje foul bi e de etia Barrow FC ana wala wo ye man Nana Kwame edu ball we eto net eno na anye ye Casino fans no anyo mo da kra mo TC Park no so ene mo mo Kessben television no ye nua no wa fire hu papa obi e attack na nim de attack no say na sekan ana say de ntibehwe moment na Kofi ye Nana Kwame Abraham oda ho no ma na eniema enkoyi kwa Kessben television football ntio Midfield kama pa oni mo ball no ball ni nchi free Ghana enso Nigeria panti obo adwuma pa na fans bi enso attack na mo hwe our Kessben television so yada so our Nigeria ye hwe Victor Osimhen Rabra Galatasaray ball mo last game na osere kwan ababesi akan e de am because omo e playoff na autographs na was kosensan bi ema some of the supporters na all sending some show for the questions tata no oso munyai ebe na so me kwa Nigeria akosi akan ama me man results we dey atwam mo me fanto echi ye concentrate on national team job mo me ntie Victor Osimhen.
I have to travel, please.
What do you think about the offside position?
What?
What do you think about the decision goal?
Oh, the game has happened. It has happened. It's not working. This one.
Osi, do you want to say something for the game?
No, hold on. So he's moved. I moved on from that now. Now I focus on my national team. I have to travel.
I have to focus on my national team. They actually the Galatasaray nya lusu. Or the atunechi or about Nigeria camp. Or more ever intercontinental playoff. Or maybe Gina Africa. Or maybe some nya slots no. Eko Gina Africa. And them no World Cup no. Or make me a qualifying. I hope prepare. Or person catching the flights now. Over Nigeria. Captain Emma Nigeria William Trust Ekon also lead by example as a team leader on the first person will do Nigeria omo camp obo e Saudi Arabia weekend we see na kan we yape William Trust Ekon ababedu Nigeria camp amohwe e Kessben television si omo obobo World Cup playoff na omo hwe so metimi anya slot na eti Nigeria for any abriye papa hianko America le Messi guso a o breaki set new record say die abeye player wa reche 400 assists weekend we the club Inter Miami and Nashville and a boy ya omo ewi ni ye Messi register goal na oya assist amana reche 400 assists Leo ni goal na mo hwe e Kessben television si ne ma menso about parking tea right after the game Messi ni Jesse no ekoma onu agasa ne ma me say ye mo hwe e Kessben television si oba Messi dia na wa hwe Ronaldo so de 0 weekend we announcer omo every year 3-1 Ronaldo enso ko share goal na penalty so far wa reach 953 career goals Ronaldo penalty na ode to net na mo hwe our Kessben television so and to let me achieve the target of reaching over 1,000 goals now na 0 one massacre boy pa na penalty so at the net name before say obeshe go with half time na the bofu pa on the referees na ne kan mamenka half time me hwe Ronaldo and the referees mo be nti kakra e course
كرام لك الكلمة حامد تفضل
You do a good game. Very good game, you do.
Ronaldo neto ayampiano we first half na ni go ni nyanwa ana sarcastically or to man referees say oh good game bond there some mudi o dem to aso mundi Ronaldo no na ninja officiating until second half no ono enso eba no ababenya ni goal yenko France PSG enra omo she Lyon na question mark eko PSG almost second goal now on the two net no Lyon for no enye happy krom gidi pass na osenka referee edge infringement mama Kessben television no incident ni enie Vitinha of our ball no announcer or player ne nine efra ball no referee allow ye Emma Paris Saint-Germain recorded almost second goal no na Lyon almost former captain Alexander Lacazette formerly of Arsenal and no X na o tweety said well done Olympic Lyon not easy 11 against 12 not just referee no can PSG team no ho ma omoye 12 into 12 against 11 the board dem Lacazette former captain Emma Lyon and na edesa message we and so by name Lucas Hernandez say only Lyon eba enye easy omo eni age pass before international break no omo enye sa win we Barcelona and Real Madrid El Clasico legends no e de no timi ba so El Salvador Barcelona e say Real Madrid omo legends no by 2-0 Saviola we see a campaign ama Real Madrid abo e de ama Barcelona pen legends match no on a decider or decided game no on the share side 2 goals my Barca for legends no I share Madrid come in one or more anti players by anyway Puyol yenya Yaya Toure Sorin Coco yenya Philip Cocu and Julie Saviola Nolito omuna enso etimi ebaye Real Madrid Ike Garcias Nunes Pavon Sans Raul Bravo Christian Carembo, Pepe, Steve McManaman, Guti, Savio, Baptista, Omunina, and so Ebesia can Emma Los Blancos, Omo Legends, no Enra, Barcelona, our Spanish Premier League, Omo Eshel Celta Vigo by 4-2. Robert Lewandowski, Ono Ebo hat-trick into so far. Ono Kenya 106 goals in 159 matches for FC Barcelona. As I say, what you mean? Equally. Eligio Martinez ne recorder na waye de ama Barca ana wapa nema ho nema share 105 Lewandowski akọ 106 enti Barca omo 4 win over Real Celta Vigo and amuhei our Kessben television. So after the game they had trick Lewandowski Robert in some way etuja mo mientin sama Robert Lewandowski etuja.
Also one of the craziest game maybe in this season, especially in the first half. We scored 3 goals, we conceded 2 goals, but in the end we are very happy because we won the very difficult game. We know that here always is difficult to play, but in the end we scored 4 goals, so we know that if we're going to win this game, we have 2 points less to Real Madrid, and not because of this. Also we want to be there, we want to be always ready, and today we did everything what we wanted. Of course, we know that we have some point that to do better things, but I think during the all season, also it's important to see what we can do better.
Robert Lewandowski say very good. He said before international break, you know, Omo akate points difference of 5 at the about 3 gradually. Omo ebeche Madrid e was ho. Marcus Rashford say the obo game go ama na why assist. Also you assist Emma Lewandowski e share also a good say Barca and yes win we.
Try to perform at our best level. I think second half especially was much better as a team. I think we look more together, more compact. So what was good is what the game needed. We also had the last goal.
Wait, I am Marcus Rashford, my United player now. Obolon, I'm a FC Barcelona. Yanko Real Madrid, Fede Valverde, or yeah one of Madrid, omo captains, no. On also picky injury. Wait, a overload. Wa bomb matches a hold on na. Enti onya overload. Where said that any injury be a Madrid game or any Rayo a ball draw abrobia and so entimi anto atena against Liverpool omulusu no onya same injury and a weekend way was Samson apeke exact injury. Chelsea in the Premier League actually Wolverhampton nation come in sir Wolverhampton entimi ante Malo Gusto Joao Pedro and afe yenya here Pedro Neto say omusha 3 goals at the ama Chelsea. John Terry former captain Emma Chelsea Football Club JT ball Chelsea team about so especially Garnacho he was too hot say want to phone be handle no na ne money more was slow pa no and John Terry ball Alejandro Garnacho about so William Esteban so obi ebo din sa akoda na dey Chelsea for out to play pa ball or boy you know na enye fedia grow Chelsea 3 goals na mo hwe our Kessben television. So Gary Cahill former captain Emma Chelsea so enya to boss enfema nkoda we omo ye world champions dey ye mo mre na Chelsea team no ni kwase the pressure bia eto omo. So Gary Cahill needed.
You look at the squad, you know, there's not any players really that's been there and done that in terms of the consistency needed to go on and win titles, as this man knows. Yeah. You know,
you've done a few yourself.
It's consistency week in, week out, and that's just at the minute what they need to try and get right. But you know, in terms of the squad, in terms of the big game,
I'm a very young team, very young players. So Gary Cahill na bought the Blues about so. Yeah, Malo Gusto enya the first goal, the debut goal for Chelsea. Goal number 1 na FE papa run or yeah. Or the ball coordinator after the game. Malo Gusto so kasaye said you here and at Chelsea and the 3 points no very crucial.
Yeah, big win as you said. It was very important for us to get this 3 point. Even more before the international break. It was a tough one against Wolves. Play back 5, you know, it's always tough to play against this type of shape. But we made the job tonight, so very happy for the team.
How important was patience? Because, like you said, they sat deep and they did make it difficult, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was. We struggled a bit.
Malo Gusto of Chelsea and getting in Kano, Liverpool, Elusu, Enra, Manchester City 3-0. Talking point in the year. Van Dijk, Liverpool disallowed goal. No, Van Dijk ahead the ball to net. Now Liverpool GD pass na a equalizer because now Ellen Haaland one missed penalty. I'm a number first goal. I'm a Man City. Van Dijk and Liverpool goal no referee one and no uncle for Eka Sempi Robbie Fowler a former Liverpool player also the entire referee no one G good mama Kessben television where any goaler Van Dijk at the 2 net then so referee no one J Robbie Fowler and fire officials ni pa.
I thought it was a goal, and I still do. I think I've seen more replays now to obviously, I mean, Liverpool will be getting an apology from the PGMOL. The phrase that the VAR come out with was he's directly in front of the goalkeeper. He's not in front of the goalkeeper, so he's not directly in front. Whether it's an obvious action from Robertson to duck or whatever.
Wait, I am Robbie Fowler, former player, Liverpool near 10 and can wait as soon yejina na yahakwete again Siemens Vita and Honkrato from Pemisan they said drew by Kotium Krato Sima. Yebeto aso amonane
nyabua no sa everyone was why come once me Siemens Vita Herbal mixture and then the capsules no e aduru aye aduma wontini mu aduru uyo obi a sabi o mema sem e da fom tim keja be man ntimi man mu so kra be man ntimi mpega no ho uyo be ma sabi woni obehiem na sia no waje mu a nso aduru ye kanfo de ama o aduru ye bra ebe bua ma wontini netimi asore gina so ebe mamo de pusane wo be manu mama be man natimi asore gina so ye na watimi abo aduma na ama o piafo obi bia sabi oni atenka so yo ba so yo be ma we hear a draw cements vital herbal mixture and capsules and em na ne dia gan ni bi kona koto binom watin kan ayira na te kokra kona koto bi no bi nanom na obo se de aduro no esi ye aduma sifa afei we ye no to nchen sabi obi wo hono ma fitikom o how pa kese pa so yo ba na wo kom fitire na se wo menses na ma ebeyi a aduro beboa cements vital herbal mixture kona koto aduro no binom be ma fitikom no bibia kama de amount afei so what is yaw o fitikom a aduro beboa cements vital herbal mixture and capsules afei so obi won ma sabi wa ko jane nan no na moja di etire we oba na tisa de bia hu moja no tieni pa se moja no e gon bright red we no ka se bright red a en na say do bit ma moja ni na to atwa e de ama okra afei so obi so a sabi ne to ase twetwe no we ni kan se sciatica wo sciatica e dure betima aboa ama yaw ne twetwe na e wo ni na etimi ati akokra no e agan cements vital herbal mixture and capsules eduro no eye aduma wontini mu na enuane no bi eduro no a eboa pa ye fen nitric oxide say nitric oxide no unya eba oni paduama enti bi emu asi enti na akantare ba bebiem ba be huntini amantini metuma da wo module time de afusane usisi ena ya ye neurotransmitters a sonifri adwen no ho ena eba eno na se obi tijawa na se ko pace bi mu a na sa neurotransmitter no etimi aba beboa ama pain na se yaw no etimi akofom edrei ewo nyane no bi mu a etimi release neurotransmitter ye fe no endorphin na sa endorphin ne ba se usisi ena yaw jaw na wote no ewo usisi mu no edrei eba be stopping nyina yisu dopamine na be yi yaw ni nyina firi wo ko e de amount enti so sisi ya edure wo so nom agan cements vital herbal mixture and capsules edure age award yenim de ye ka ho asem no 2022 best waist pain product of the year 2023 edure age award FCC ya de ho 2024 ye sa hwani mu sa afie di anyum nyina so ye be sa age award no wo ye bema na wo pese unyina so no gina so kene wabla obe me bro sima kakra bi ati a fe number no a e screen ase no e fe number na ye be no be kasa kama ni ato se do be sia no bro no na mi metumi aboa ama bibia e kama ma afa so ba bi a be nya bi ato no ye di screen so memo tie ni ye pa se wo kuma se ene ni pattern wo store wo person to be ton a be bi a e di kan PFA pharmacy New Road Junction wana PFA pharmacy o stock kese a obenya bendi atu honum akwakoton afi Colinac ewo Ashtown oni Dani Herbal obi nyina wa Ashtown ko ho Fredimens eso okay ono so be ma obi ato afi so Sambora ewo Kagetia Gate 3 the opposite pe edrei edra ba beboa eyi sa ho hawe nyina afi wa kwa ma enti pebi achi kwanto agan a etrese ejan no pedito na enkotote ema na so nya wa ho den pepepe edama
cements vital agan kopebito na enkotote emfama pemsan ho ana ekoye kotie omo enkrato yenko Liverpool aso ebi enye rob the fall anko ana atm for officiating Liverpool Van Dijk this allowed goal no manager Emma Club ana slot so na onye happy cry na ogiri say turning point of the game na Van Dijk goal na very crucial referee egia enke ko half time rabra enka game no draw ka second half no ka pibesa enye sen ka Liverpool eto aso a omo concede 2 more goals ema Man City shomo kamensa omo so entimi anteka no neighbor Roy Keane Man United mo legend gidi pass as a crisis SC Liverpool team no obi a mo defending champions season wey ene man ko ye kra wanya 2 crucial wins against Aston Villa ene madu nemum eno ade omo ammo Liverpool fans ni bi etata Pep Guardiola na omo tunum tia Pep sacked in the morning Pep Guardiola sign bi che Liverpool fans say me Premier League no magino empre makumaku nsia enti o yen insane say na o de Liverpool fans na etata no abra game no cost enti mo Kessben television no wey moment Pep Guardiola sign de Liverpool supporters say Premier League no waje makumaku nsia yenko Arsenal so ye Brian Brobe ni equalizer na onya ye Sunderland any Arsenal match no koye draw no e man ko fopin e ka ni goal ho asem be a opeja ne nan na ode fa Gabriel ni ho de ball no eto net no former Arsenal goalkeeper David Seaman so on tiasie de ntia referee no wanje foul and former Arsenal baby a Bram Brobe enam ne nan nam pa ode ewo ball so to net no sen ka referee etimi age free kick mom e de ma Arsenal omo enso e club no Sunderland omo ya de bi advertising board no omo de ben pitch no say be Arsenal for ntimi nto omo a favorite long throws no until the advertising board ba park and champion to team coach and chon some and to born way a strategy Sunderland for ne and sana game no omo enso enya draw Benjamin Sesko akopra Tottenham and the Man United a ball draw Sesko Free Stadium hono and outtrain na Arsenal kopra ye free bench and a buy match no so anwie na Man United fon so aye change to omo 10 against 11 na omo di wie ya omo nya equalizer ma game no enso ekowie etipenko 2-2 Ronald Araujo drum bia na Barca ene man koyi na captain oye party ema ebeye bonding party my players ni bibia eto Manchester so ma satia omo record wins ye ko Italy Napoli Antonio Conte defending champions no omo bre papa omo last 3 games omo draw against Como draw against Frankfurt and Bologna kwashom kamienu a omo enso entimi anti when rule say Premier League no Liverpool out either Arsenal and Man City mu baako na ebetimi age Godfrey Odaroma ene ejuada enti nkofo cross nsam we eso ana egina na e de asi okay yanko fan krato every Balm of Gilead BOG Dr. Edmond Arthur so ana yeko na akoti apomodi nsam emu nchiremu
Koso ewo bebre na ato enkofo edu baabi a nipa pese wonya ahoto wonya apomden ode ne ho efiri eniema achechire na eho nenso na asetene mu niema ene ekwan a eniema asurround no na untime ende no ho ayen konson bebre the Balm of Gilead clinic yaba ama adasa yaba say be more education than medication through the education therapy side dey ma oni yema wo kitchen ho o mo kaswa ye bia unu egu no obehun say o restore system na nyankopon aboye in such a way say wa mayen asel ni suban ne seso pepepe be bonsam de obai so be wia no okum no asew be nyame amayinim de nyansa a team of competent people are wahanum yakaniti abomu in such a way say if it would be soon na say ade biara abore ni pedue ni mo etete no ye betimi apene pemisibre bi na de adu na de kan say ni pedua no opese wo kitchen ho eyo pharmacy a de obedi kan hwe ni say obema waduane na ye waduru enuane ye di no ena kire ni pedua no ekwan a efa so eye fa wo na ye hwe ni pedua no de eye body eye honam ye wo honhom ewo mo ye wo okra etimu so okra no ne honhom ne be me a in fact this ni pedua no it is in good shape na ne ye di no a eye food eye vegetables eye fruit eye nam eye carbohydrate na ecosystem no do na baby free banye papa enne edrum enam kwa eye nam ye di no se ye de colors eye ho na edusin ye se ye ho ne ye toto nam a ye timi the ties ehye he enema ye di kwemu 21st century na anose na ye bowra afuom ho a obi nsuro nyankopon otimi dididiti ene nnu bi egu enobaye ne atosode ne so nsachiwe se opammoa wa wo bedi no wo na wonya asem odi begu so nopa ade ne ho be de ewia monsu watwa wotete na odi abedwa so ukodi a na bibia jew yeso befuo kono nenso na ye nipa etirimopo adwenfi ana ayehwe na nkopon ne wo hu ye mobodedo akase ye ne anso bi hu ye ho mobo se ye pese ye man no konenim ya pomden konenim na ye no work efficacy anase efficiency no eko enimu a ewo se ye ma kitchen ho ye pharmacy de ye betima ma kitchen ho aye ne pharmacy ne se yakoto nwane ba se ya carrot ba watermelon wo hoi pear wo hoi anka wo hoi tomatoes wo hoi cabbage wo hoi ankofo edu anwuna ye noodles ni edi no Oko pre ho se wo de nkyini nsuo wo de nsuo hye ene wo ho ato adwenem enkane no nanka agrikin kratefo no ekire farmers no ekuafo no enema oso omo ye fa no mo diso eno ntene no no guso a wo se di na otwe baako ana mienu a omo be ne sa pepepe be ne ente sa biem odi guso a na ode ba nto kofa enkyini nsuo ene sabi nsuo hye se odi yi edru afre nuane ho a mepa chow eye container odi kunsuo enya nokre the only product ebetima boa no why external detoxification na those free radicals toxins in the form of toxins now build the free radical na kofa kokram ne how bibri abano BOJ vinegar almighty the only vinegar impemfo agiatum abanya agiatum would the whole in within sima and I say minute be say 10 minutes to 15 minutes a bit more clear chemicals free BOJ vinegar into what to so dear no unuaba no yenisa enam no yenisa kotodwe no yenisa tiriho no yenisa nentwenam no yenisa akokɔ no yenisa bibia yenisa he utimi yenisa I am telling you so wedding konim. Now, why external detoxification exercise na we na afi aba internal hanu me ne hia me no yamunrem ma maintenance yamunrem he enipa be bredi ne magu mu ne hwe galam se ya ekoso enema egu ni pedue ne mu no bon se after 5 years 10 years na the cancer eba ne pe bia wo ho a e wo so we detoxify ho one of the mediums obetima faso na de internal detoxification is with the BOJ vinegar ebegunsium basa enema ye ne mafi ebekwakofa how yare basa dia ba abra wo besa no na so betwa damage no BOJ febegunsium obuniti black way anase atrekese ba ko a na we dey go bottle water 500 ml obefa bottle water bi sese ya 500 ml and answer sachet baako no obunitini black and answer 1 tablespoon e de gum ensio bia obenum ne don hwi dani nyina no fa ne ti baako egum o peptic course didiri wadidiri no na o de gum na onnom woni peptic course wotimi de gum na first time na onnom emofra omonya 1 year na o master tin su no no in fact obunitini half e de gum a wotimi kwa de ewo kra kakra e ka on so start so wodi ewo a in fact e be busu no immune system e basa immunoglobulins na antibodies e ma o ne pedua na hon den e kosoro ne be kosoro typhoid intimi ma peptic ulcer intimi ma cold kata sneezing na ekoso malaria nyina no wo busu immune system enya malaria duro enya typhoid duro enya duro eye food product benwanu na ewom no wo busu immune system na fortify antibodies in such a way say yahwe ne ma me sure say baby a wo Ghana he bia no numbers na wo no screen no ase no frey mo pese mo stomach eye flat udidi ria na aduane na hyew so na ami untimi enna na tambia no na wo belchi na wo yimframa wo yematimu a mpato fa BOJ vinegar gunsium udari ria na ho kekao fa BOJ vinegar gunsium na nom sometimes kwa no betimi di bimpo egunsium mi de dware utiri ebubu oba na ye basahwe bonitini bese 5 efegu disposable cup ketwan mu warm water fa rutini mu bese na wotwe ebe fire no emmema na mofo ya akese ne mkofo a omofo ya akese o mentime mbɔ adwuma no me ka no kwetro se papa nkruma mu fa cinnamon sticks e ka ho fa hot water nso a ehye 500 ml egu so ne so fa BOJ vinegar ni ti ba kwa na 1 tablespoon gum with ewo I'm telling you obe power obe gina wona so me ka no kwe na cho o blood pressure be gba from sugar more diabetes mun so bia munum bia mun fangum mo no emo mo ka oat mo ya starch nuane na esi gya no so na enyen huye na afabi gum bonitini be 3 na 5 gum e bet starch no so make sure say BOJ product there especially me you tutu galamsey e wo say e ye mo number 1 product be bia ye to galamsey Ghana e bia mesro enso bia wonu bia fa bi gum enso bia wo de no aduane fa bi gum well in fact I will say ebusuan chemfa mesro say obefa keto na 40 cedis kase no 75 cedis ana gallon no nso 300 ne de keto na maako e de amount ye koyenim na bia mokọ miamia bia based on distances ni we no bi wa ne price ne best sankaka mpacho basa ombu na ye koyenim no nso in fact empenfo de nyem gu akwan mu a bottles no ye best no obewu se nam ne we na dida da ho no e be free on because ye niam bibiri se ne mabobo no nti wu se sticker no etale different bottle ho a I mean ye numbers ewo ho a unhun say we dey every building ben ga so won trust afrey in fact building ya somo kena e wo so bianya bi some friend numbers na e kwan a wo pese wo nom no na wo benefit bia no ya be bompa to anya duru wo da wo herbal duru so ana se wo da wo orthodox duru so ampa to nom fagun nsu no kwa wo de begum no obetimi de sensu no anu wo duru frey e wo 0240 51 2171 and I say 0539863838 and I say 0249343408 mo friend numbers here baby amo e Ghana bia your distributors e wa na mom ne Herbal ne kase pa de oba Asida house na Asida towers Accra mon sabi timi akabe mon friend na mon sa intimi ka biodin benga opeso ye distributor nso a in fact obetimi afre na ehon hyehyɛ bia ɛwɔ ho bia no kan hu sɛ ɛyɛ busuan kyɛmfa ɛwɔ sɛ fie bia yɛbɛsa toa yɛ distributor so wei ɛyɛ part 1 yɛ di services ana ɛbɛba ɛkwan ɛfa so ɛyɛ adwuma ɛfa nyame hwɛ
Dr. Edmond Arthur na yakote ne nkano ka ho de ha bia no fako BOG Balm of Gilead omo aswe ho ombebo ye papa na fi abusuan chemfa eye BOG vinegar no awoba Asida house awenya bi ato de gugu nsuom krankra anom de ahohoro nuaba ho na fe wonnam ne bibia obedi bia no fa bi hohoro na bebo ye papa sa so na konkran eye Twin Towers Asida Kessben FM studios a ewo eye circle also ubinya bi ato vinegar no. All right, my yanko currency ventures ni ngudi nkomo kakra bi na fi yemra metwa so e benati sen
boko pa de general
e de nyankopon asipa me yento nkai
Sergio medase ewo akonya ode amame ewo platform isu na me de enja kese enja pese esoma ahwefo ene atiefo nyina e be metena sese na ohu se currency nupa ye de abadwa so a ye frɛ no Zahara Mixture, Zahara G capsules, Zahara Man capsules, ana Hindi Herbal Mixture. Ye no yi mu nkomo, emu adanse ye ani mu nkyerkyere mu ne de beso mu. No do foi nkomo ya sase ye de ye dura ye frɛ no Zahara Mixture, ene Zahara G capsules, ana edi kan won nkomo twetwen mu. Sa duro we aye dura oba ene bema etimi nom. Sa uye bema na utie me, na infections ene wabetena. Infection bi te se gonorrhea, syphilis anase chlamydia. Ama obema no ehi ama obema no efon ama obema no ensansan ne ekrokro bi atoto obema ho bema bi wo ho a eba ne sha odwonso ana obre na ochim ansa na dwonso na atimaba owo abonsa dwonso so eka ne ntentam bema bi wo ho a obonsa sufita na efiri ne bema eba sa uye bema na otisa wadro ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules sa uye oba so na wo ho na wo ho a nsuo bi agugu asabi pampan ebiwom oba bi wo ho a white anasa odepo ene na betena uyo ba na otisa uhia Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules oba bi so wo ho a 2 years 5 years ni onya ne menses da oba bi so wo ho a obuni sa dakro pe na atwa eba ne sa na ohaw pa no na mu ewo na wom uyo ba na otisa adura ebeboawo ene Zahara Mixture ene Zahara G capsules say draw way asa ye draw ebo obi a ulcer pa ene na betena obi wo ho a ondidi ya boyi aduane so etwa ne yema amane hunu pa na ohu ho a bo say ne boa no nyina ehyehye no odofo otisa na ulcer ne no wa betena edi 10 years 15 years odofo mesi wa duro ene
Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules odofo bi so ho a owo weak immune system me purchasing bibi kakra bi a ubonsa ote so oya bibi kakra bi a wabre ubonsa da bi infections na ehana ekọ na ba da bia one kitenkete wa 10 years ni oda ho bowa oda for otisa edro aba ene ebegusi immune system no amu opomuden na akonanim asipi asita agina so se de be ya yale bia antimi emetwi fa so nko oda for ene Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules Codra store pharmacy shop Herbal shop bia be wo se wo pe Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules oda for ye be ko ye adro aye fe no Hindi Herbal mixture na se dro we aye adro a ye dia ba bonten a ebo the phobia malaria fever ene na betena oda phobia ho a de bia no aye no ono ko obo se na aposo nyina aye ne ya de bia ni padua no aye hyehye oda fo wotesa fa Hindi Herbal mixture no aye wodro wo typhoid fever na aye kwankwata wo so no wo typhoid fever na etete oda fo Codra store pharmacy shop Herbal shop bia ben wo se wo pe Hindi Herbal mixture oda fo bi ho a de bia obecheke ni sugar level no kwa na ekosoro oda fo fa Hindi Herbal mixture na aye wodro wo pressure na ada na wo dadwen no fa Hindi Herbal mixture enu ni aduro oda fo onuma ebeboa a regulate wo blood pressure na ma oda fo bi ho a adwuma oyen eden ogina ententen eche eba ne sa na amana pomuden na ewo fom oda fo uhia Hindi Herbal mixture enu ni aduro ebeboa oda fo yebekọ ye memedro no so a ye fe no Zahara man capsules sa dro we aye dro a yede ba yede boa ba ma bia sa uye ba ma na utie me na wa ye mere wo mpam na mesi ya to din wa minute ba ma mesrew uhia Zahara man capsules ba ma bi wo ho a obo weak erection sabi ehyem na adwo sa uye ba ma na otisa wa dro ene Zahara man capsules sa uye ba ma so na wo ho na sisi yale ene wa betena ba ma uhia Zahara man capsules so uye bema na wo low sperm count bema mesi wa duro ene Zahara man capsules Codra store pharmacy shop Herbal shop bia ben wo se wo pe Zahara man capsules enu ni duro bema onoma mreye bia wa ye bia na a ye twetwe wo ebon samra ne se wa minute bema no onuma duro na ni nyina ebe free ho odafo saje number sini biem 0246 34 83 34 0246 34 83 34 0248 56 93 35 0248 56 93 35 Oda for the bia meka me se bambo atrema aye chen ayaresa bokitema te man twen ma yare na e ma onyamobo ansa no woto anamo ape karisiki nupa yade ebedwa so aye fe no Zahara mixture ene Zahara G capsules a unu medro na ade mixture no ebe me G capsules na ebo odophobia abusi immune system no asa to infection bi ase ene Zahara man capsules a ebo ba man bi a waye mera ya twetwe no eba ne samara ne se 1 minute be ma ene Hindi Herbal mixture ebo odophobia malaria fever typhoid fever high blood pressure ene diabetes ene na betena odofo yenure ya to peti Ghana ha ba bia me se to waduro se ye Herbal shop pharmacy shop license chemical shop bowura ho na utadro na obeya danse na wakase characteristic adro no eye papa me da sedo
yenso bedase eben na characteristic no eye enti ya na wapebi atobia obenya bi atobia se odi atobia no obenya bi na ebeboa oye papa ansa na yebeto aso no medimani be kire enkran andikem ewo ho na yene andi enkodi enkomo kakra enra okoshe kumasi asante kotoko ni hatofo class na ekoso ewo eye Accra Sports Stadium no eho na before say be kosa game no so no Andy me wako baba Kessben anopai
be je je na
so ohuye onkran ho de
na me adu bibia ya kama
yede nyankopon asepa udem kan ewo 93.3 Kumasi 92.9 Accra na fi mo monitor program no live on DSTV 364 Go TV 121 all right my any kan fa yani entra ma no ne kakra Andy weekendi title 5 major leagues no mo the na man for attention ho pa Etihad enra City actually Liverpool Eshomweka miensa amo entimi ansimo adabraka. Before so be sa game minim who other matches we episode him and san wabasa game in so na.
Well, you know, I'm the Chelsea Herbal on Saturday against Wolves. Now, Chelsea versus Wolves in the Carabao Cup. They so close. How after getting closer to Chelsea and almost watching the new coach in a mobile game against Chelsea, how not Wolverhampton team no ever fair. And clearly, it's already the kind of performance against Chelsea in the first half. Now, on say a team a new bounce, a new trainer, everybody within the setup. A person approve say on also the opportunity of the Bemano obey about. And once again, Obian himself Wolverhampton previously no more a 3-back plan, but in some few coaches are banned. The likes of Victor Pereira must stretch to a 4-back. So getting a new trainer, the main coach almost person now switch it to a 3-back planner already. I am part of the team for years. No, now you should have a ABC affair on the field of play. Now clearly, say in the first half, rise to the test and neutralize the Chelsea attack in particular. The likes of Garnacho, Pedro Neto, and then Abrante FN João Pedro. Neutralize went not for a long time. They left for back. Ebabeje red card no. This was another opportunity for him. Now also what they announced in the present because already the last Chelsea games the coach preferred João Pedro to play the number 10 role behind a striker. It is sometimes ultimately Tarek George Crack or to number 9. Now I put João Pedro behind him. Into Delap every the physical presence and I'll be creative space. Now I'm better hold that play no BN in settings will work. But unfortunately and Yama and said the Chelsea fans they expect here until Opulu out Abrante Efeno Delap Epuchi João Pedro to number 9 and or the Esteban William by and that is where who say a general and Yama achas here and look at that passer Cucurella Dema Garnacho and Garnacho a ball inside the 18 box. Naturally the positioning of Abrante Efeno Malo goes to a team the ball it's me eto at them and again Esteval once again Shakwanya Ode Abrante Efeno Bueno far so before that pass no to João Pedro João Pedro at the second goal no at the aba and again a hot chance of pace for the Pedro Neto goal now it's me enya third goal at the mind. It was a difficult first half but in the second half Esteban William and Abrante and Leandro Garnacho a bit changing game. And this is the Garnacho I will be expected to beat him at Diama Oba and he's assisting, he's scoring and or from more from the left. I'm teaching you very tough because from the left, Jimmy Gates or Pedro Neto to me, but sometimes Esteban will be team about into what the opportunity to play. Now, at least also Mobia who said you deserve to start and Osha Adia Garnacho here and Ananwa. What you say? Who deserve the last 2 games at Chelsea I'm a chance he deserves to start. The only problem now Chelsea fans media are still raising concern about why Maresca continue to start Esteban from the bench because he's their main weapon in attack. He's the channel of supply. He's the player who did that fresh air. My supporters not sorry for almost seat so enjoy game and game or more the creative outlet in the absence of Cole Palmer. Into questions now about why Maresca still start Esteban from the bench. But I also believe we say he's a young boy, he need to adapt. So not start here, who is going to be the secret weapon from the bench. But in all, the most important thing, and I say, the Chelsea person the 3 maximum points, and almost me bag here or what, and Yama etimi echo suye or apart from that game, Manchester United against Tima Yefene Tottenham Hotspur. Na a game meka say e be 2-2 no na won tem ase wo se de na me hu ya eti mitimi security ase tintina e be 2-2 so what she two sides na omo ye two sides omo concede goals pa and not because they have the worst defense in the Premier League but so what it is easy to score against them eti uno omo bona opushi omo kakra bia Omo nyina be commit error and obetimi enya goal and so ewo into here Manchester United omo concede 18 goals o check omo goals against that Samson at Tottenham Hotspur etimi a concede 10 goals so o check omo goal against and in as much as Tottenham etimi double pivot no omo pivot ni so tight to prevent the opponent from scoring and Manchester United issue has got to do with the inconsistency of Casemiro in midfield. So game no more free ma na omo concede and so we game na Tottenham had the major possession especially in the first half. It will be say omo may say certain key elements in attack, but Brian Woman say one thing a key for a forward is to make sure they say the game no ye bad and you bring your balls ni baby, but sometimes ube position at the right place no and then the most important thing for you and only idea Abrante friend Brian Buebo etimi ye for a team your friend Manchester United so we attacker coach your friend Thomas Frank this start here now him say Tottenham Hotspur ebe go gamblazy because Randall Kolumwani was top Richarlison from the left David Simons behind and our Brian Johnson in attack not just say at least our team here 4-2-3-1 there. But in terms of building the attack, a 4-2-4, Sana game it's echo. And Brian Bomo etimi in the first goal. United dinner more until coach ya feno Ruben Amorim. Echo yen Saibia, Yina Yantias there, or pull Casemiro out, or he Mateas Konya film, and or the Macy Mount, any man all got a bem. That was the end of Manchester United. Shekwaya Matthias Tell, a fast so dane ho, a ball first goal no etimi editor at them, and Shebebia, Richarlison Edina, Oba ebe fast second goal no. And so okay, last week, Man United game on boy now make say the problem for Man United is how Obube defending inside the area. It has been their problem all this while. A Kwambe first were defending inside the area no. And no problem. And over here again Tottenham Hotspur. The same thing from Nicolas Abuna. And Otimi Edinya the second goal no. Edeman Nottingham Forest. No way once again. Ensign different from the Richarlison Edema. But in the end, Yenya Matia Deleta, one of the top centre backs in the Premier League this season, and Obia will say Obama United. No, I think that we create the teams Sawabunina apart from Ajax, Juventus, and then Tima. Your friend Bayern Munich, no. Manchester United no is stable, the injuries na who the still who say or you so impactful within the United backline and our team that header for Manchester United in the final minute game no etimi ND a 2-2. It wasn't a game Abeka say na Baku dominates into creative chances or none was a winning. But for me, I think the 2-2 scoreline was a true reflection of a game now. Now to Manchester City against Liverpool. You know, as a game now, etimi a boy now. Adeba Akua Liverpool once again this season now. Marker over the weeks near how Liverpool would defend against their opponent. And when Ababe problem at Liverpool and coach your friend Anslot. The last time I make say do any coach be and ultimately man quality players are. Obetimi Eduoma ye adwuma ayaye niye. And once again, the moment you play against you play with Ryan Gravenberch, Obo Peter Seb McAllister, now about Dominic Szoboszlai with Florian Wirtz from the left. Now who go take it anymore. Uti no a lack balance. In Vivian a lack balance. Say a kobasa mo ko anymore within the team. More guys on betimi move team no. More guys on betimi amount a better attacking transitional play, but the problem here, how will you defend against your opponent? And only problem Liverpool and all this were because over against Manchester City, it was all attacking lineup, and you don't go to Etihad and play that kind of all attacking players in such a game. And see, almost pay for acquire a coach in the first so set it up. And once again, how are almost lucky balance when they are defending? And say, okay, Obiti say, okay, Obiti so dokua, you know, Henry Doku Dani Ronaldinho. A kwanya or the Liverpool defense in the fast, no. I don't recall the last time a Liverpool ball match. Emma will be doing more fast, so to say the Enra. Na Doku, Eddie Conor Bradley, Barcelona. You know, say Conor Bradley, a born home within the season. And so, actually, the last 2 games, however, even against Real Madrid, you really are no be a born abaso say, Abranti and a mother bono, a same, but again, and watch a quaya conate fast, or TB, a cock so penalty, ball also go free or no. Shaquan fast, couple ball in free, ball no result in a penalty. And after Sabona, Ellen Holland, the boss, no beard in say at least. And Kabetimi, I'm a coach here, friend, and slot as a son in Sakaka. But you know, he still stick to the plan. And unfortunately, Ellen Holland and Doku, a German, no man, match anywhere inside the area. Anytime, Doku Betty board now won't say, Team I friend Liverpool defense and a bread. Whoever Beba line is no, not Untimi Doku. He was just a thorn in the flesh of the Liverpool defense. He was quick, he was intelligent, and this is the kind of Doku. Any talented player, Pep Guardiola, who now would decide to say, go for him. And look at how Liverpool defended. Nicolas Gonzalez go no. The position of the Liverpool defense, and look at how they defended the corner. It was so poor. And who are watching the Liverpool style of defending throughout the season, no. And you want to say, Enra, Omutimiko concede this number of goals. Before the game, nobody thought. So Omubetimi, Abosabona, Omu Etimi boy, and I'm talking about Manchester City. But you know, they really showed class and gradually Omu catch them say Omu back. Look at the third goal from Eyeduku, Chebebi or Jebon. Look at the technique, look at the placement, Nachegona. It was a game Manchester City BBR so winning. They created many chances after penalty almost and in all general. I think Coach FN and the slot also was standing Sano. And yes, the game will not acquire one dimensional. The game will not acquire selected players. Then for more say the bonus and system formula, but the clear cut tactical planner or the real game. And the differential tactics or the better games now all. So for me, problem Nakwa and slot and how he set up and the lack of balance in the Liverpool team. So when Timmy and who be the general, Liverpool will continue to struggle. I still have the belief that it is early days here to write them off because more the quality no. And again, when the quality started a jelia, be handcuff wapa. But you should be careful how they set up and how they approach games. Especially against a more attacking side like Manchester City. Game from the old games now, no one to me Liverpool, no one to me match the rapidity and the changing presence of a coach, your friend, your club. No. This is a new coach, and so we Liverpool team now. The kind of intensity I will be expected from this team, no, general, and it's a back, it's a quiet idea. Then you find a way to set up. And that's how could open up now the Kumu Indian Mudia. Liverpool be in trouble, and it's obviously a dear 18 across. So I will eat here.
Okay.
Barcelona say team
okay.
friend of
Now, Mami Musa and slot as okay. Minima the amount for starting compare on Eric Ten Hag. Minima the who sa na fe table no 6 points. 26 and Arsenal was a na City says someone near Abre. Now, Omako 22, 4-point difference. Chase na Shasia, I don't know, and I say, this year, still, I know, say Arsenal. Say the City, yes, you are charging, but
you know, I chase in an Shasia, and Yadika said it is early days here to crown Arsenal as champions because of almost final performance I actually over the previous seasons. Once again, it's okay, Manchester City. Teams in the Premier League now, almost team are almost do a cheer. Now, I was a team show. Why? Because upon all the managers in the Premier League, such as how do you be Jina, Pep Guardiola, Ajedodo, Ete Premier League now. Again, they still have some of the guys are almost league in it. Into Sekobasa Yanka players are or more the experience to win the Premier League. Or more Edasum. Again, Ellen Holland bad season crowd, you know, my around 23 goals a season. Enti so who say Ellen Orlando fan into my pefra na or say consistently then we Arsenal fan you have to be careful. Again, who say Manchester City said the big teams na you know oh you're careful because so why Man City almost to Tottenham Hotspur, almost Manchester United, and you know almost Liverpool, and almost Manchester United. You need to be careful against them, and normally Arsenal ever draw. For me, it is in Asha City no only here consistent results and only here confident to play. But I do, and now Ryan Shaki is back. Phil Foden is playing very well, and again in the absence of Rodri, almost missing the bill. At to say the previous years, now Rodri ni wa na say you almost fin and I say statistically na bibia support say Rodri ni wa Manchester City struggle so obetimi win the games. Nicola Gonzalez in team fit in so well, but I think say Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva buano and Josco Vidal outside in the band in natural position games na wa bun say you buomo, and once again they have a beast and a wall imposed in the shape of Gigi Donnarumma. In TNA, our defense is vulnerable. It said the cannon of the ball, Ruben Diaz, John Stone, Josco Vidal, Manuel Akanji, Nagemuno, Ama Moya Ding, Ediama Edison. This time they have Gigi Donnarumma, who bet me a save one on any day. It is a new Pep Guardiola there. So do a team in the Premier League and offer the team now. Ellen Holland G Premier League in the Doku Ajibi, Phil Foden Ajibi. Bernardo Silva, Matthias Nunes, Josco Vidal, Ruben Diaz. About 80% of Pep Guardiola team Omaji a Premier League bida. Into Omuning said you also is and once again said you want say Manchester City big teams now. You have to be careful. Arsenal against Sunderland was another tough game. Sunderland for not say Omu gave the share Chelsea and yes a Tomu Keke. But Omu performance now in the first half of the season, also take you serious. And so do after Leandro Trossard, every second goal, how Brian Brebe came back, Ebenya equalized and just like he did against Chelsea. And to Sunderland, at Chelsea performance in the fluke, and said, "Do Arsenal HB drop 4 points." But in all, Manchester City, I think they are gradually coming back, and that should be a worry for a team. Your friend Arsenal, because all their guys are gradually playing well and they are not missing Rodri in their midfield once again.
Okay. Now, I'm going to call my so you know about community one crying and son why the opposite but Mami Musa was asking where then out to me not 2-2 score line and they came bay and because score line so because 1-1-0-0 but 2-2 there. Na ano ehye papa Tino manso ya okrom o se we twa ne manyina awie na bibia ni wa ahye no ne betting life mu se o ma 2-2 correct score na e boy na wantwa isika nyina ahye.
Oh, but watch the two teams obu say football the bia ya o ka kire say ya yensusu nyi football because ball bibi and bibi anso timiti but me obi anama observe Tottenham Hotspur team and the Man United team and as I said earlier these are two teams Man United are conceding 18 goals. Over Tottenham are conceding 10 goals. United are inconsistent at the back in terms of the lineup. And now be who Dogu, it's now be who Dalu. The next day will be who Ahmad, so a right wing back. The next day will be who Semadraya back. The next day will be who Lenny Yoro. The next day will be who Luke Shaw. The next day will be who Obi Etise, Matthias Delit. Inconsistent in the back line. That's why we Tottenham so team now. And now Destiny Odogi. China Jeff Spence. The next day Pedro Poro. The next day Christian Romero. Ubehu Mickey Van der Ven and sometimes Ubehu Kevin Danso. Into again, you are talking about two teams as I do. Omun in our back line, inconsistent in terms of play. And Tottenham, Omun defend well. So watch Tottenham. They don't defend well. The ball will call almost so and one say echo. The same thing applies to Manchester United. Well, we are Tottenham, Newcastle United be better as an American. The same thing applies to Manchester United. Show against Nottingham Forest. You know, born a one is Omunko. Omunye team, Omu defendia, Omu team, Tina, Omona, so prevent the opponent from scoring. In Tina, me expect the two teams in there in as much as say omni sharp attack no mun goals ni bebe, and in the absence of Kudus no team aye fe no Tottenham bebe no, but in Richarlison and then Kolomwani no mo so omanya two strikers are United backline and how almost give you away goals no they can score. The same thing applies to Man United attack, and they say almost who give you out goals they can score. It almost say supply for midfield no and normal like it may trash almost tactical play and how almost bomb games and their mentality on the field of play and the two coaches on board how almost show teams and how almost fast almost no and only idea you know me who ya into me can say no we hear games na corner we there a bit in I22 any magic. But my observation from the two teams per almost games on my ball in the Premier League, and I'm there. I can say no games, no. It be a bit in the 2-2.
Oh, okay. I'm going to call you Papa. As a son, you better. I want more than say I be film kakran bi ewaha. But the big game I call so Accra Sports Stadium na uho. Uhwe game no enra enyumre. Enti the far referee no penalty claims ne ade goal kotoko share ne nsema hodo pin the referee kala surprisingly ne waba hantem do no be handle ni nyina but me pe general impression e wo game na ekoso enra Accra Sports Stadium.
You know, for the first time in about 2-3 seasons, and I was impressed with the two teams. I must say, Michelle Kotoko almost first half performance, Michelle House of Folk almost second half, especially the last 20 minutes performance. So, okay, the two teams now, you know, and coach IFNO, Didi Dramani realized, say, the midfield no nya Karim and what Shomo midfield need this season, or no the crowd moving, you know. Until decided, say, when you're the main midfielder, obey a proper control and dominance, obviously, then also strategical a back plan. So the bear obey me a continue. Kotoko midfield and attack no inti so we have to focus enra omo etimi e ball amanko abafi as a right wing back and our ball will be to say Ranford Mensah as a left wing back and a general otimi e ball baba Adamu or ball Kevin or CCB and then Ali Mohammed as three center backs e wo game na general etimi e share no and making sure so bebo Rafael Amponsa bebo George Paduku and then Obi say Hussein Akade two wing backs no and our ball Abraduku and then Obi say Hamza Isa up front in a 3-5-2 pair the setup. The rules no dey different. So Kotoko on the other hand Kotoko go by a 4-2-3-1. But so she coach I friend Karim Zita ni game na no ball na no asan set ya a 4-1-4-1. It will be open with the 4 at the back. Almost a Hilaria that was just in front of the 4 back. No one who said, and then the other midfielder in Joe so on so can and Peter Amiduaka on the left, and our Donzu and then Saka Dauda ever right. So okay, the two teams now. Some win that is set up, but almost 30 game now. No one will say the confidence that Kotoko bad game was low, and the quality in terms of the individuals no is showing. Kotoko make sure say omo the ball better firm and because out of folk elake that midfield bite and control into no say omo the ball to firm na ha say bre so omo betimi amate omo it omo say Kotoko timi dominate game na at a point and some has of folk e wo omo so omo ba game no because ball ne ko etira apart from Kevin Kessben Ali Mohammed sometimes na omo popo no esim ema Kotoko for na pick all the area balls because not pressure almost so Peter Amiduaka was pressing Saka Dauda air pressing and Morfin Donzu so no also air pressing into that pressure has a defense and so and you know still almost continue pressure until Peter Amiduaka move bar left and Saka Dauda move bar right. So she got to commit food now in the first half almost see Brian na balls hardly say Bekotu Hamza Isa and then Abraduku in attack because nem fifina kwa Rafael Amponsa Hussein first half no ni game nim so then obepa game nim kwa this one also drop deep central no about the country for no and George was out in the first half into that Kotokonya control into Peter Amiduaka move bar left Saka Dauda call right no that is where Kotoko started creating chances na Genoa Pitami Dwakwa a far ball back from the left. Wow, baby, now and the ball 18 ma. Omodene to Fema, referee herself for a penalty. Monfin Donzu, and so etimi a ball etimi chair. Still, I know confidence no was low. Esama, one defender of us of Winsa, Echo Bobon, but I know the OT Nama referee. And your pressure na kotoko de mom, all because na has a midfield any the organization and only the quality to match kotoko in midfield in the first half. Into kotoko na all the opportunity, chances in view, but say you omontimi and take advantage of the opportunities na eba away has no muluku shiver at the back, but their goalkeeper was composed. Na enra obi ohu Benjamin Asare once again and who say the game na grow. The maturity level na slow and being part of the blaster no the experience no was slow. On any player who's a ball babidin wa or with the confidence to pass the ball anywhere on the field of play. Na no near Juma na goalkeeper no and so it mean in the second half and a coach FN Didi Dramani as a son and son straight away and a ode abroad a free moon baba the moon to free and will change it from the 3-5-2 to a 4-2-3-1. Into so here or the Karima back and or the Martin Kakariko top. Into a moment you change the game and truly practically it changed everything in midfield. After he has SRTS or more back giving him Emma Karim Ebenya control, but another fitness level of them into born so pass and enemy code the na and also of them Enna Ubeja Kunya yellow card. Coach a change the batting do and so a buy and said a chance starting now control Hussein a bad game with him, Karim a bad game with him, and anytime I know what the ball never Martin Kakarino, now who's a Martin so try say Obetimia JPP anymore, and because the Kotoko attack apart from Peter Amidu and working on Saka that was only tackling and defending for Kotoko. The same thing I applied to Midfield Donzu. Born the quite anymore until we make it good use. It is all a ball to come or says to be passed man. That ball should have been the second goal, but unfortunately, one team and far ball down to it. It has a bad game him closely. But the Joe, I never has in Mune say, players the ball no move on, find a creative chance. I'm a Ubiase, born about a match of equals. Ubiaji, I know a pass it, what the ball do it to and I can't to, na free. But so be a bit take ball, not to say, Peter Amidu acquired the ball, never be did or bed a team my friend had to full difference and a bread. And no quite or dear man, Quabe was said to be a fast on, no market one. Say, has it been no be no these are balls not on. Those things were missing. Kakaribe improve game, no, Karimbe improve game, no, but say, do the Omobabe and improve second half for Hasselhoff. But unfortunately, Omo to me and create any chance, no mobitimi at the Atu at them, I may be beating Akoye. But say, do one player messing gun out once again, apart from Peter Amidu a branch I fed Samba O'Neill. And one stadium once man will be a can say Kotokonton because contract there on renew. Seju, the guy is clearly up there. He's a standout player. Now baby or park listen no baby who is how to for a big chance no I could block that space no baby I will say danger will be no I call you where you man come on. And he has had an improved second half of Pitami do comment to me. Samba O'Neill to me and said you mean we say finally had the full problem had to do with quality in terms of individuals because not no more money more there said you na do so obebre and no Samba mo the same thing applied to the midfield before a Karim. Those are the areas I mean who saw more lucky bite. But only why you try so you be back but Kakarina tries so obeying your baby. Unfortunately, on my team and teacher and said you're not coach not doing years or Domobama or me. In all they did well, I think it was an improved game as compared to the years. What is stadium I won't enjoy game no. Said you Enra anything Kotoko has to folk. You almost see a quality individually like the previous years, but at least the level, the tempo, the intensity, and the kind of footballer the person who were in the Ghana Premier League, comparatively, I think it's we are one of the best Kotoko has of all games. Obing Timinka say we are boring, we are match and your fair. Na Kotoko has no crowd back from the has a lucky quality in attack. Kotoko lucky quality in attack, but Samba O'Neill Peter Midwakwa, you know, you are special players. And I think second to go so because anytime, any day, I'm going to bury the two teams out of any situation. That of folk there, and you know, because you don't mind it in a soon and I 13 now what you want because okay players the Chroma, you don't mind the Yako beating until yesterday. And apart from home defensive line, I think he's done a decent job, but Enra game no mobile in there. Nakotoko for me deserve to carry the day per the number of chances created and the kind of footballer Kotoko Itime boy.
Oh, okay. Can no any question I come in Baby Busa or see other female berry say 1-0 score line no who said a true reflection of the game. But I will say almost deserves to have victory in there. And there's a question no answered. Referee Collins, Reginald Collins, Samoa from Salpond or Cape Coast. Salpond, the modern net to say.
You know, I'm not born here point na Casa Dos maybe or stadium on na mintiasi. But later I realized say supporters are sometimes also or massive. And I did being so a common with game. Say Joe Ghana has a referee bar bang. Now people ball sha. Your point what is will be a cat you go and no man. The moment a referee bar bang, over corner man one she go. Into young fan to be a team say referee a bar bang now ball corner team unje go. On the field of play, no referee bar bang say offside. Enti sa oyeshe go and a referee anyi no nti ase once again say do referee the ball na me hwe ni nyina mistake me hu ye and I will give you the benefit of doubt ball says be nsa went me anyi no and no ball me hu ye I will give you on the field of play say do one be boni bia me di begina so aka say match na odi ye no wani ye enti I was so surprised say your poor match, no players were rushing. I was a police for call. I was a penny for call. I was so more pata players. Meaning, so because of the last minute pressure, the last minute ball now, Mauli Wayo boy and all offside in team. And now will be a case referee there. But it will be all stadium will be as a joke. Baby, and I'm a tidier. Man, once will be question the performance of referee. It will give me I heard until Sabo now, Mauli Wayo boy, yeah. I didn't want to show up from Drabby. If you ask me, Sedo, I'll give you a pass mark, I'll give you 80 to 85%. And run the model boss any, you know, and Adiati. Oh, man, no more fling out as you'll be at the bus and the referee or Yadia now and that. Open would say, the difference in Enra and in Assassin because he was emotional, he was thinking of a team that he supported, or who believe we say they scored a legitimate goal and the referee and for me, he was spot on. Nejuma also, on the field of play was your personality. He showed he was in charge. His decision were spot on. And said, "You mid-year, man, who be born in be a referee here? Inti Enra na ye pon mat na obi e kan ho ase man lose as if say ye ya masade na ba kan again mo say obi e lose game also ko blame referee. Has to folk problem yesterday. Omo like bite, omo like quality upfront. So obi o hwe mat bi ya say. How to folk Hamza is a yeah, DJ is so many because he played for her to cook Basedo. He's not there. Look at the other player now, no can no. Dukuno. Only the technical quality if her to cook really want to go up there. He's a player you cannot depend on him. In the ideas has the idea improve second half, Basedo no more like a bite up front. Okay. And Samba and Ansu were tough and it was difficult to break the line. In the referee there's a do. Oh, we saw media on your pass mark and for me he was spot on.
Andy Kem, yebedase ene anope papa. Mse mi jawa onkwa obe program no na kosi no mienu. Wish you well. De koso biara nyakopo onka ho. Yebe kasa kire.
Bedase jeno.
All right. Andy Kem na yatin nka de free enkran. Sempi no de atuja titru ko EPL no ko he matches ahodo titru de koso or Etihad. Man City on Liverpool game no 3-0. Lawyer kwamboafo ekobe 1 month de menti wonka emse we ebe so de emse afi nyina am nyeso se meti wonka bia obia me ma ya so all right enti wachena dwede afa how to focus and take on match and so cause Accra Sports Stadium referee Kalawa ha me dime ho abasisi ye ba ye be call referee Kala so ho na ya hwe sa game no in particular obabi Copa anti ene wabantem so waba yes adwuma ni nyina man ansa na wadan ne ho akɔ baabi a ofiri baeɛ n'ani ho enhancho or sweaty or air condition mu menka sɛ no nti sɛ bia sei anase but na ɛkɔ so no ɛnyɛ ɔso ofiri ha ɔkɔtoa so all right Kofi Abuako.
Sergio.
That is a
general. You are fine.
Yes.
Oh, my feeling. Me who anu maniaji.
Me who anu maniaji pa.
Because easy.
Me who anu maniaji.
Me who anu maniaji.
Abuako Kofi.
Committee wa namu chika crack.
Ni experience kakra ka ho.
Mati menja kakra.
Na mo no tietia no experience.
No, me de baka ho.
Asembeto.
Me de baka ho brabeni.
Go experience am de na wiase.
O jacket no so nya bad. We Germany dey na UK dey na.
All right. Easy waterproof. No more leakages. You can't easy waterproof and then how can?
No more leakages.
Yanko.
Okay, Sergio, you better hear for na ya mo bibi achen on this biggest sports platform so. Sabre say wo fie na wutie mi a me hwe wa ma wo fase ana wo nua bi o nchen. Encho factory number is here. 0593 707696. 0593 707696. We need easy waterproof paint for number a factory number Accra Abeka Junction. Now easy bag and I said you 40 to 45 years and still counting. Yenya sem biada. Nyame adom so yenya sem. Said you wadaroma. Easy waterproof paint penny paint and ne. Refi ultimate chain say won chance ni leaky. Say bia what structure be na leakages it o and I would na see e bumpumpunya. Would na see ne brofo no e bumpu e bubbles. And as I see frufra. Paint one so and never drama so ne. Referee obi e tobi obi ade ye na japade en sorry organizations omo ye government works am dey solve leakages is waterproof paint. Eno ni paint ane se woto a dem me there ye manika ho no se ummo ka mienu e ka ba ko pe na obo because easy paint ni paint out a ade a ode fry ensu keke. But other paint ni other ones na enye papa ne de o make just woto kra just to bibi na de afra. Etia de kan nyina ne se san se obroni na dadwene ho ahu se Ghana ha de wo ya de na wo ye ni yie na se wo ye ne quality papa no bi koto a de o ka che ni nua ne se kokoto bi na we ye papa na jai de aka na egua bonti na ya na ye de ya dwi nyina se bibia etra boda bia ewura Ghana ha de na ye papa no and then you a lot of paint wo dwama so a wo de paint wo dem awie kwa na paint na kire so we dan wa paint mo o se so two free dan no ko di ba 3 days because pampan na e ba dan no ebe mo nya kata ebe mo ayare eti dia make sure one say easy waterproof paint and ne eno ni paint and ne baby a wo Ghana ha bia enkrobata no doors no bebre se bi na ndru ha any problem the all yan so be fresh 0593 70 76 baby a obi a the paint be to ne dia babu wa no pe eti wo frey ya no place with others colors bia unim bia pese ye ma obi na ko paint fie ti say dey we cream ni yellow paint obi dia edan ya dance so edan ya fe ya ne nipa discard e bounce on beso me han be France me fa han sa na ye pese adan e wo Kumase Ghana ha Kessben street zu na ba bia wo bia apata bia wa bo biara eso ye fe abrochira da bia mko eye because environment na efe na adan e wo ho ye kama no ene ma obi asoro so mbese mko abrochiri na mko bomo ne akoma na me saba it easy there de kan nyina ne say ye buta atichu pa ye adan e wo Kumase ha enkran Ghana ba biara you find yourself adenti na say osifie na hwe ma roof eso ye basa adenti na say osifie ma fie na otimi no ene compound nyina ye basa wo dana se nyina bompumpunya as a result of the quality of the sand out there dan no da bia can add the referee so benya nwa papa say wo de koye plastering and then this one go far away as no manya nwa no kra no om de bakrakle wom enti na no de enti ye that problem ni ye as a result of quality sand it is a who said no was signal no pe e wo dan mu inside abonten walls one na e bon kai say e ho no quickly as onya easy paint ne ye then say ye paint o twekra pa ye bana say what paint down mu dada crowd ye ne say ye betu e bo red down mu nyina paint fon na free ho ansa na e de na abeto ye no ye de nsu afra na ye de akada no ho na ya mana hu 48 to 24 hours na ya sa paint afaso biem na mpewe na opeden ye no de ye kan nyina ne say ye pese udana sie abompumpunya no udana make bia usi storyboarding what's the ground floor na wie eso no si enti floor no enso no to na beta so e say dan nkasa e say pillars ni concrete no tutumika sisi ya na beto de colors bia wo pese ye de ma obi ebenya bia ma e bia wa ba so oh me pese mo mix it 2 or 3 colors bi ma me na me de call me special house bi ni na ye be ye de ama o eti dem make chance say bia wakọ nearby outlets bi na colors are expecting one nya bia ema ne how you be order from Accra quickly in the next 24 to 48 hours now Saka obi dia na ye we ko chitrede referee efie na ni party so sa no maba no be chief painter no Steven adopoya ye kese okokobin new site ah oyi obi adwuma de ne obroni bi a waba o so wabeje factory bi o wa obese ye boso na obese o ye paint so ma no eti dia make che wan say easy dia o de ya ne dia say ye pa ne ye adwuma ne asa de bi abegu TV no so mo hwe ye nwuma pa ye no we referee wa ha ne ye dada no and a new one ye paint no eti dia make kan yan say se sada we unima obeka se wakoto chance fufuro and abegu da no so da bi ya de ye sika na de koto chance no fa beto paint ya ne bo nya din bi 15 liters or 5 liters ndodro bi ape ne enko ye adwuma no ma o titia uni leakages bi ani asem bia da bia meka carpenter adwuma pe ne adwuma ga na ha mu wi a obi anu wo fro so ko inspection eso yunya gidie say o ma deliver quality work for you they what try the car this is your talk and say hey say that do bia na so mo disi o mo fancy die it leakages eba the leakages eba sa no ebe boka because enua na good an so be say u pop or u tnj ebe say and this ka he Ghana in more thing. It's the air can you say easy waterproof paint numbers here made it today starting up fraying on 0593 70 7696 0593 70 7696 Ofra Emma Fefe ni monyamfo bi na epic course no normal direct to the nearby CS outlet depending on baby awo waka ko je bucket no da ko ye wodwuma fefe it's easy waterproof paint so ni painter oba Ghana hai eba ye de to se kenten fan ko so referee so we me kenten se me se unti ase enye nyankoma de bi na me yi na o mon capture me life na o mo wo fie hwe bi di so begum o hwa ye de easy waterproof paint na fa kenten no ho ene e ma ne wo ye ewie ne e ma ne sea blue eti bi di so ka ke begum eti Facebook for me se ma mo fa me to so life ai wi ase nyina ehwe because easy waterproof painter ye di ba studio e di kenten no studio me yapene emi asa di so gum hai video gu hai se e yade anya paint papa referee esanke wawai eti esanke hwegu na semba we dey ultimate nche yo him referee eti mama so boss na e yana Sergio si ebi so ha maso betimi aye shi Sergio odaroma e na me dan ne referee na ehwe yo se referee ma cho odaroma ebi aso ha na ha o si derby eti dia me kan nyina ne se ye no ye tumire na ni achesi ye mbeton ade fon money pa mo putan kontompo Sergio nya de oba pene se obi mbeton ade enye papa on the platform we so se na me nim general no ono niam papa no de na no tum ene ma papa no allow say mo mra na mo mbeton ma de wo so na mpaso ye ba ye no mo start show yi aye start say to na mo for togu so a omoto Sergio na mu ti be direct am for mo ba beto na the woman say so mo beto no munya results and come the complaints na ba Sergio da ro complaints ba
David
ebi na referee Sergio ebi na weekend obi afre o say
referee
dey sa o dey me dey pa it is why you be swimming pool amano so why you be fear mana and then o dan no so likia me sure wa weda na yes say ewi no bokama e betimi di na ewi no ko e bon ko paint so twice amount it dey make catch one say easy waterproof paint TD no EZZY waterproof paint your bucket ni ye blue and only a white but we say dan yellow bi da ho a ye den intense red aguso a nipa gu ho a o painti and only painter on soja on so frama no so hwe e so babu no say dan enya dia painti be pa the only nim say wa boka wa koton chance by na nya chance the only mo baka just o referee wo dan no was say fufura kan say dabi e dada na ma easy for be painter ma me na the entire ye abri nyina no say amount for pass share to the extent say or your reception and or your refreshment obi ani fie no be wo dia no so ya no fe sai no obi so magibi no fan koye dey e fa your refreshment eti mi say mo paint mu fie easy paint obi ba na obesere mu fie so dey ba ja ware a mo ntia say mo nka jom so mo ntia say o mo nkoto easy paint nibi e fa be paint mu fie mo ti say jo me sorry me mark enten no so biem for the last time and I made dandan ni say I had liki out my boss obeka bi achoma ke be me de pa bibian so ha eti mi sorry say jo from easy waterproof painter me je so no more leakages nyamenya okese Sergio
onya unso kese
na onko so sha mo
adwuma no so kese
pa me boss so chiao me boss so chiao so jo baby obi o monitor live o pa
Medina Super.
So
France ma'am.
Or France ma'am.
Yes. Easy waterproof paint.
No more leakages. In Germany, just what we are channel.
Okay.
Me share no
so better coffee body.
Na me okay say boss.
Ya de besia Kofi Amuakon na fi ye ne wo adinkra nyame admo chena. Ye be sign ne wo atrasi biom na fi ya to aso de amamo Kessben television Kessben 97.3 Kessben 92.9 Accra. E pa uncho meko na yakofa ni what scientific herbal clinic enkra talk akra bia bye ba. Any refri kala enso ebedi enkomo. Ni what?
Eba ni World Scientific Hospital. A team of medical scientists. I create a boom near the infidel maswo. A juma or ya swear has it. Ya swear had it. Yes, I'll buy a sabi. Near time a good amount. Said the coconon. Name ya do to a fiducial. The methodium mushu. The meal at the potier, the Yarian Breo. Nessa me in ya. Yarene do any piano so. The better Yara what Yariasi. What the editing said. See the baby say what we are here with to ascentem.
Open what scientific hospital Dr. Phobius ya Jumane say enubuna eni no tan a obo ade e de dum ye no yenye mu hwemu na fe enwenu akasa e wo my friends say phytochemicals no ye extract say enwenu no na ye mfam frem no emfa emao e bia o kidney no yare abem o kidney no say ye nko na Ghana ha ye de take ahaban e de dialysis a o kidney no say akodu se den kura no a nyareshemu na nya didi na fo ni kirem ewo ni what scientific hospital bofra ban eboye ama wo diabetes ye ni bofra ban ene nyama bi efra ede ma wo a ebebo ma diabetes na o sugar ekosru pii no eno so aboa ama etinya bafum ebia na wo hwe misisi na o problem pa e yo mema sem baba bi wo no a onya tenkan kwa so ho ba beda obo so otimi nya hode ne pagya na wo ba ehyemu a ehyemu na adwo eno obo so atese ne bema no ensore kra ebia na e no bi ada so a wo no yo ba na utie me na se eya wo no problem ebia na e fibro na kosi a wo no kwan ana wa kwa ya sabia doctor si ensuo betata onkosi mu ovarian cyst ana se fallopian tube no e na block ye obebu okura wo sebuo ensisi so ni nyina timi sinyi se ho kwan bema bia na ho nsuo e na wo form nkwabon e wo form low sperm count na obu okura beba bebe ne ho nsuo mu no na emo no be friend say spermatozoa no ba kokura we nyina e ha esi awo ho kwan a obani what scientific hospital a enfidie de ehwe be da di amye wo se problem bi wo no mu a ne atimi ehu aduro na afi aduane e be kyerɛ ho adi pressure ti amo akoma bo periperi asem kura si ofie timi mo amane obi so hweme na ne die stroke akawa tompam ye kwa wo ye ba wo so ntimi o kasa na pampan boni die kyerɛ frɛ no halitosis yade bako a ya no wanyi obi opewase obetimi akade a kyerɛ wo a ade bedi unya o kasa bia na obi atwene hwene okoda na nyimre o da o junso antentem e papa mo mpanifo no e free 40 50 60 years e kwa ni mo no o prostate na ekese prostate enlargement e ba sa o da o junso antentem o junso bebransa na ade ache e mane nka achi eme nkofa catheter ahoma nkoto ba memo abusuafo bi ebere ni nti manya adagye amo ya de dia nyadidie se ni what scientific hospital Ghana ha de o pa ya sabe ya dia ba frim die fidie e de twe enubena ena afa ho de ni fra haban mu e de saw ya de ma wo a na e ni what scientific hospital yi wo Kumase Atonsu Monaco Junction ya Dansura Bank no ene bi ene mehwe enkran so ye o ma 7 ye ben Janet Corner dan no 0244 087687. In case you are watching us from any part of the world, whether you are in any African country or you are watching us from Europe, you can contact us on WhatsApp +233 244 087687 or on Google Map. Just type Niwat Scientific Hospital and you'll be given the exact location.
Niwat Scientific Hospital. Nyanko Pwanda Rumenti Wamoto Edema.
Okay, yemfa eno so NC ha enche kwa Mickey Baba Transi na ode results no GPL matches no hunsensem nyina enso ato edwa na fi yewura local stories no emu referee kala wa habata aminko no zisia maminko Awal Muhammad wa esi twam wa Africa ansa na yaba efie na ya behwe de course enso ewo efie bunum se dudwada weekend activities ahodo no wiasa fa na nyina na fe yetwam wa Africa ko he de ekoso na ye ba fie be he de ekoso enso ewo efie. All right, 4 countries a play-off a pair winner ma akowuram ewo continental play-off no meche World Cup qualifiers no latest it is any other stories awa
Sergio yeah na anopei na Cameroon squad ababetuja na omonko na omon squad enyamai
okay
before say ye be wura week no mo because last week ye hu DR Congo de and in the course of the week na Gabon de bae and a weekend in a Nigerian so e de bae but Sergio na Cameroon de no nchi no ahwe bi wo ho de tie ne say coach no around 28th of last month and or didn't listening na e de come Africa football no but odi two omonim na so no odi anim o Morocco o say no need be as o met na Cameroon
okay
no many squad no so as a problem eba between onu coach no and the FA no unu say e dey omo anka so omo nka because the coach has the backing of the government na dey buy and enye feka foot no and dey buy so there been some couple of disagreements in between the coach and the FA obeka at a point in time one of the qualifiers squad near bona coach name on squad no bibisa coach say wa congratulate Samuel Eto'o abra ye name no as one of the CAF school members and on also ebisa journalist and say na me so me qualify AFCON no why na congratulate me and say you when na ebetwem but say you anopay or the list no ababetuja anti there was time behind shedenim like time any omafa already Nigeria for crowd your players are touching down Morocco omo residential camping ahead of the game no and say your game no Thursday that is just 3 days from now and ye be the 2 games no with Nigeria facing Gabon and of course Cameroon facing DR Congo now winners no ehia nyame bo Sunday so winner of that game na be so Sunday no and they be determine who gets the opportunity to make it into the intercontinental playoff now ebekoso ewo 2026 World Cup playoffs no and say I think that these are all strong countries omunyina abon momodin either so we be say by foul or fair means based on said the CAF ehihie omumra owing to how Eritrea pulled out of the competition no ye be shase making sure say ye be ma obia fair competition because one of the groups in as much as say 6 teams say obia no omo no 5 but I think say these are all 4 strong countries omo etimia making Gabon has been one of the standout performers of the recent World Cup qualification group games na we no say Kenya Cote d'Ivoire Gabon egma a strong showing because they were winning their matches home and away the result how mo that 4 points Cote d'Ivoire free omunsem no the 1-0 win for Ivory Coast in Abidjan and of course the goalless draw now so Libreville no and no ya adia affected Gabon and so for me Gabon has been one of the standout performers the recent World Cup group games na boy no DR Congo so was also one of the toughest teams almost so unfortunately Senegal 3-2 no moko nyaye Stade de Mater in Kinshasa no say you and no ma Cameroon DR Congo Ecuador Homa Senegal they take you over the 4 spots so among these 4 countries who gets the opportunity to make it into the intercontinental playoffs nyameboa by the end of Sunday yebehu which of the teams ena ebetimi awremu the under 17 World Cup no I think that some of the other African countries are trying to put up some very good score by Ghanaian players over the weekend. Augustin Boache, former Wafa player, was on target for the club. Ransford Yeboah was also on target. And of course, Sergio, you roll up the list. Ransford Yeboah between Hamburg and Dortmund. Sergio, now Dortmund LED Hamburg by a goal to nil. Game no ya banewie ya anisa. And a performance from Ransford Yeboah.
What is it? It is also a weird
say player like on shedan wa na utimi lenya leap utimi who scores ro
really interesting
so Sergio Enwa Augustin Boachi was also on target for the club Meka Saint Etienne the French League 2 no it was a game between Saint Etienne and of course Troyes the French League 2 no one of the goals came from the foot of meka Augustin Boachi eba so winning by 3-2 against Troyes the French League 2 no. Douglas Owusu scored from the spot, and that was Oko Serbia League now. FK Radnik against Biograd, and said, this was the only goal that was registered in the game, and Douglas Owusu stole the show by winning the game for FC Radnik. Kweku Oseibonsu Enso Eshema Spartak Subotica in the Serbia League now against FC Red Star Belgrade, and they won by 2-0, and one of the goals was scored by Ghanaian international Meka Kweku Oseibonsu, and also Ebemu over the weekend. Sergio Matthew Enim Kuju was also on target for the club BK Saknin Israel League, but unfortunately Yenyani video no, and Ehoebium Eugene Ansa was also on target for the club Israeli League na over the weekend.
Okay, I tell you what, Binuse Ebeba had to focus on Santiago match no, as soon as one betum kankra teacher starts no, I for Kotoko had to 4 games. Referee Kalawa said wakana so utia ne nechi ntente mo emergency bi nti ese ye na ene no dinkra na fi ono ka bibia mo pese mo ti difa enra match no ho se no nti titru na yedna ba ese owura mu ntem sa be answer sa questions no ansakra na Kwame Miki edin local stories no abreyen na Hearts Folk Sporting Club Limited omo National Chapters Committee no NCC no decide release aba abontin 10th November, that is a near and on the ababonting. Now, you should kakra bi ansa na ne kala edi enkomo. Also, the National Chapters Committee of Accra Hearts Folk wishes to take this opportunity to thank our dedicated supporters for far and near who came to the Accra Sports Stadium yesterday to support our dear club Accra Hearts Folk. Even in defeat, we should all rally behind our team. Okay, the NCC raised concerns about the match officials before the match, especially referee Reginald Collins Samoa, who has shown biases against Accra Hearts Folk anytime he handles our matches, and did same yesterday. We want the referees appointment committee, as a matter of urgency, not to appoint the same referee for any future Hearts Folk matches, else we cannot guarantee his safety. Again, we are highly disappointed with the security deployment and how the police conducted themselves yesterday. It's telling us, the NCC, that we need to get our own security during our matches, because we believe the police always come to our matches to intimidate our supporters. It was appalling how the police handled our NCC chairman, Yusuf Abdullah, yesterday at the stadium when he was trying to solve a problem as the leader of our supporters. Also, the team safety and security officer, Abdul Baki Musa, was also manhandled whilst going about his normal duties. We want our supporters to be rest assured that we will not sit down for any security men to take us for granted. We will always protect our club. Finally, we lost yesterday to Asante Kotoko, but it wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair reflection of the game, but rather referee Reginald Collins Samoa and his men stole the match for our opponents. We will call on all our supporters to remain calm and keep supporting Coach Didi Dramani and his team, and the focus is to win the league this season. We should all remember, we never say die until the bones are rotten. Ntina and also no. All right. In here, baby, no, minim say I didn't more try honor say again. We are highly disappointed with our security deployment and how the police conducted themselves yesterday. It's telling us, the NCC, that we need to get our own security during our matches, because we believe the police always come to our matches to intimidate our supporters. Okay. Intina Jones Asante Mfojo NCC PRO and an insasha sakrata yi ase. All right. Meko referee Kalahoba Kofi minim say wo comment ba ko na mienu bi o hwan sana.
Adu.
Mako Kalahoba. Okay. Maminti we.
Adu minim ta omo try de we. Say still na show no room.
I'm releasing in the
And I'm making Sebi am koda bi am tro na homachin no releasing in that.
Okay.
Say.
Okay.
Nti ebi understand na a show no room. Because there are certain lines ordinarily you can say about release at the same.
Oh sir.
Yes.
Okay. It would be in there.
We say okay, so you have every liberty. You are at liberty to express your opinion about performance of referee. Now we say referees committee now appointing in any house of folk game.
Yeah.
Because the safety cannot be guaranteed.
Yes.
Safety and insurance. But what must say? You could be to me so also express say you were disappointed or whatever it is with referee performance. You can wait to can say. But leg in has to play other games. So the mention. And the referee is one of the top referees ever. Until the ultra we say a dangerous grounds for you to tread on.
Yeah.
One of the mention.
Yeah.
That is one. Number two, share. So almost address two main issues.
Yeah.
First, performance of referee. Second, the performance or behavior of police.
Yeah.
When the police, they've gone ahead to cite 2 incidents.
Yeah.
But say general we say referee performance then you cannot guarantee him. You could not cite one single thing a referee
release him.
Release him. Say police then they all call say ubodi one national chairman no and na safety the club safety and security officer in particular instances. So the sound about no so share until I was expecting say indeed and can expressing say referee no anya de no akire ahane has say who fi say no referee ni say, but you failed to do that only for you to go ahead and issue threats, and I think that a bit some way say be I check a crank before from nanka release no be obi at liberty to express your opinion about to be performance. I mean there's no doubt about that.
Or summarizing or Hanamo, I don't know. Or say Reginald Collins Amwa, who has shown biases against Accra Hearts of Oak anytime he handles our matches, and did same yesterday.
No, you didn't cite any example. The same thing now can a raw message and I mean sweeping statement. State at around minute 15. What I say? We see here. Nanya penalty. Referee say penalty. Around minute 33. Penalty. Hearts of Oak penalty. Referee so onji. Then you can then back that up with what can say or a bias towards but ucho ya my baby I'm a fact statement na make kind so me kan me hunu baby me nu as police for e ma handle obi but me kan me hu baby ba kon as referee no e bibi ti house of folk statement na enim bi.
Okay.
But what did the mention as? And this is a boy senka o kire ya na nyina akoni akohwe na hu say whether house of folk is right and a referee necessary no which site here ebi ministry when they see no na yakọ but in the police instances what had and then say bio and I also making some be am say kakra nke bia na bufon from kakra say now no obo abe handle with security. No, I think
the police only come in to intimidate your supporters.
If the police did that, condemnable. I say condemn. Say police intimidate you because yours is protect a life and property, especially stadium there. Some man my orderly no way. But you won't go ahead and say henceforth. Until you come and police are you sure you can control the security alone as a club?
And I won't hear the service of the police again.
Are you sure about this? Only mention. Until I'm say still I never know shinu me senke eba from kakra. Of course the police here man you no with me aka. But for to say we be next time we number organizing with security. If you know police for crowd they all can see na police in was one ke business so they mention but police so moko stadium no can say to do these things, and I'm surprised almost extended to the club safety and security officer because the club safety and security officer are part of the stakeholders for meetings. And I'm tempted to believe say it should have been known to the security agencies on the mention. So it's a club when a safety and security officer first of all I go through training. And number 2 meeting bi or can be tell the police 10 against it or no na I saw bomber police ebe year or no medjuma no so no all this is needs to be investigated.
Away a player Kwam Mikide the other one beba they almost say police and man handle Yusuf and na security
that's
unfortunate. No videos near there.
That's unfortunate.
Na yen show ni na all right.
That's unfortunate.
Na Kofi also comment was releasing I don't know. Dr. Franco Naro minimum so comment kakra wo ho a release you one afi kala emfa na yinim ran sakra na your real local sorry
I think so. I would like to associate myself with Kofi on the comments in the Bibreno. Kotokone has Sanema when you expect it a lot. And I think say on the issue of Sabia police for no, yes, baby no, you can't claim say be until there could be others are falling on the blind side of maybe some of us. So it's difficult to comment. But I think that the police did some good job yesterday inside the inner perimeter, especially after the game. I come fast to make sure say the officiating officials and they were protected. And one person who did very well was the coach of House of Oak, Didi Dramani. So in your video now, a quite of us to make sure say Obe Pata has players now. No Mukoko was deno. I think Didi also did a very good job. Maybe the NCC for air cano, a fancy maybe outside the stadium, which maybe some of us know. But I agree, say, first of all, police for Mba Stadium, 7 previous, and ye ni panko ampo no mube bo mhubayo. Oma ye japa de na ye stadium no. Oma said yes on bebo mhubayo. Inti inyabe in ubibetime jina so aka say ye bo match league game. Oma Ghana police emao. Ghana Police say a bully game. Ghana Premier League. Ghana Police here my name out. For me, it's a no. Besides that, Okwa away no so no be expect to see police bebawana. Nigeria Fimrano Krano, saying say league games. Security do say bane police near deno.
Onkasa police maho. So we take care of yes, because when we say police, we intimidate you.
So you stop the police. Stop the police.
Sir, if you also didn't de beba. Now we born on home buying because police for the intimidate you. Oba say na police ma.
David General.
Okay, mami kan woni bi. Okay. Mami kan woni bi. Okay. So it says my police ma wa. I don't know me na be a man woni. Again, we are highly disappointed with the security development deployment and how the police conducted themselves yesterday. It's telling us, the NCC, that we need to get our own security during our matches because we believe the police always come to our matches to intimidate our supporters.
We hear police.
General, so do the other. I say, I didn't ever come home because police for them go and don't be no wrong.
No, don't come on.
On Sunday, I'm not coming. In here, bamboo.
So you don't need the police then?
Until I'm here, security no bamboo.
No, so that's the bottom line.
General. Police in Betma, bamboo. They won't find someone.
Not police in bed. The police are there to protect lives and property.
Other teams know. Other lives or other property near the home.
So bottom line is someone had to do with police.
Yes.
Obey intimidating. And to prevent those intimidation, they shouldn't be there.
The police vulnerable because of House of Ongwa.
Also, Moba.
Your supporters will go be your property go be. Not because I'm almost here police, not police.
But the weekend, so police power. Did okay, so how's the ball game? Not police about her. How would the police identify the way House of Folk supporters? You doesn't need my protection. This are way supporting him. How would the police know that?
But can House of Folk say someone here police?
But the Anthem say some of this.
When the House of Folk,
and I'm saying surely everyone who can send control. Oh, no, tell me no everyone who can send car.
Police for bar, be intimidate your supporters. Into the any security beba.
I'm a boy who buy.
I'm a boy who buy. Until security no be.
The police can handle the other supporters.
Now the police make out one supporter, we one supporter. Police better who
young green. No, we are more.
Yes, seriously, say BBC game BC and our team say has fans and honestly after the game tier Nanko for Akuma was ropa. A few people omunya chance to hear video no Tony down kakra, including our own brother Abbas. Abbas say say Tony send him me man no.
Offside
no. Goal
no. Yes. Okay.
After watching it, but later other argument by also But I'm saying that 10% reform because especially when he says you can't guarantee the safety of somebody in an official release, a dangerous kakra.
Bibi have two referee baby ane bobo ni o. John Musa.
Oh say Bontin komo streets so komo fan be kasano omutime ke kasa ansem no but when you are making an official release and say you can't guarantee the safety of say a certain individual dangerous uti anye ya bibi koto no pe.
No, and you're dangerous. I don't have any right to say that in Ghana. Only right. So, Unkachu be say, you can't guarantee because you are not a security official. What am I saying? Yeah. It's against the law to say that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. This
we can be just sometime. I know frame me. I need a call police station. No, I say Central Police Station. And I call report here. I'm afraid of no. Ob the can be on the name no be patch.
Also to mean guarantee
sometime. Here Kumasi Stadium. I saw time about Kumasi Stadium. On to me guarantee ni. Ah, it's a police station kwa higher central high. O Johnny American no be patch.
The omuku coach no more can
because the country that
don't trebe bana fi no obuku to dey patch. Fuze mrana e mo de o Ghana. No be bia na dey.
Yeah, you know, so for me, I think they have every right to register their displeasure about saying your game, saying your officiating and everything. But some of the things, after so mad, sorry, ka Tony down kakra or near my back, if we think I did beboa. We are not the few baby say a security Kreba Stadium. Which kind of security in a Beba Stadium? No, and your supporters a Juma management Juma. Sanka we no dey supporters no mo do moto management in anim instead so more because they are not the people running the club, they are major stakeholders. I agree, but some of these things are purely managerial decisions. They could have leave it or advise management on those things.
Okay, Kwame, so the local service no eba the sa the more trust akrata
yes incident
send the police no any others ni na wo
but you know because safety and security protocols no away team no kwabana security nya ya otimi choose say on mobile new one achimkoye it's in inti say wo so security ba na kodoko duro na wo security for kodoko can choose say because wo mra foforo no me aba nem inti security ni dey any heart for nsem any omunsem because of new security match protocol.
They be beef security whatever security. That more than
so general and a bit okay you could have written it sir time say time try the nebu fund but from kakra probably come too much top and no much or much statement because to say the weekend not to stop you from say how the back say ABI so he still was baba you we no more than the farm on crop for na baby side. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay. So still was so hobby. Oh, wait, the NCC chairman. As some about no trust or resolve. Some say on be handle. If the police handle him, condemn will say it wrong for police to handle anybody, especially the supporters leader of Hearts of Folk. Oh no, BBC on the bit meaning the supporters nakasa. On the police handle the Joe absolutely wrong. But there again, you don't right say then ube resuwa with security.
Okay, kala enche odincheche mo no be brain say the Dr. Naroka Abbas the video no chira Abbas dem say watom da kakra sa na megidi pa say House of Folk supporters ndodo no unya playback na ohwa me offside no dem say referee say offside no minim say the omo kana no anobeka after watching the video minim the kala de beba de any claimer kotoko force omso enya penalty ni hunsempi. All right, kwame ye ni dwa kakra bi na fi minko kala
MTN everywhere you go baby abeko bia no betima isu MTN ho MTN de my momo app no e dia ba my momo app no enu na wo se obia download bi e ho na wo so send you sika de fa wo send you sika de fa my momo app ni so a e safe and reliable na MTN my momo app no se wo send sika de fa wa daily omuche sika weekly omuche sika monthly so omuche sika enu nti transaction bia be ye bia use MTN my momo app no we use iPhone a obeko App Store no wa download it we use Android phone a obeko Play Store no wa download it obetima transactions awodo payment money transfer bank to wallet transaction savings loans investment pensions POS transactions and the Momo transactions. Obetima nyina wo MTN my Momo app ne so. Hisense nyama no aye papa and it is sending some. Na kope Hisense nyama ne bito. Your showrooms awodo na anu ya. Memende ya any the big promo no e de ba na wie ye. Wo mo no mo pay conditions no wo mo nya kwan etimi tobi. Enche another promo beba. Hisense de ye nyama no aye papa. Enunti na dibia betobia no ye ma 5 years warranty e wo. Enunti blender, kettle, iron, AC bibia pebia, electronic appliances bia pebia tobiano. Hisense de na wo sokoto. Odi weni che Kumasi a ye Kumasi City Mall. Kumasi so osas weni che eduma ye Babu Bazaar building mu aye ben ECG. Ye sanso ewo eye tafo. Ye sanso ewo eye tanoso. Eninti se wo pe Hisense nyama ne bia to a ko na kosa showroom si na kotobi Fanco Enterprise e the big promo no e de bam wo ye eye plumber wo ye contractor obra wo si wo dan wo dum pempenso a wo be hia plumbing materials a Fanco Enterprise obi enim se Fanco Enterprise de plumbing materials and omoton ne papa wo me se sa brede omo ye clearance o matete so enu nti obia emetobi wo dan no we sie dum pempenso a wo hia aye plumbing materials na wo de esiesie o anase wo dum pempenso a o kitchen no anase o bathroom o wo be hia nyema edesi o se jacuzzi anase wo hia shower boot wo hia aye what cabinet basin and also your water closet unya 4-in-1 showers nyamani de doors and unti furniture Fanco Enterprise doors no e bredu so fie no usisi doors no unya China doors unya Turkish doors ni na so do ni ebeche Fanco Enterprise honi bia wo kwa obetime nyanyama papa ni nyina bi ato ye wo edum behind Oyerepa FM ya ben Tonisac Electronics and naso do nebeche ye Bofiedu Fanco Plaza ho enso obehu yen ya number is 0551 011767 0551 011767 offer number we so ye bejo so Kingdom Herbal Center women the Kingdom Garlic Bitters and then the capsules no e de abedwa so kope bito nanom na boost immune system no kope bito nanom na emboa na release stress stroke na how no yeah so benom Kingdom Garlic capsules and bitters na aboa ya the Kingdom Ginseng Power e de abedwa so bema also badjuma obobadjuma de ohia Kingdom Ginseng Power tremendous capsules e wo dwaso wa ba besia sesio huye obesesio huye dia uhia tremendous capsules we yendra Kingdom Herbal Center wo de abedwaso ejaba jewelry ejaba pempe the 2nd Street edum ejaba Ashton traffic light na se ejaba se adibia di gold aye bia no opebia to a wo masoye ene wo so ba wedding ring engagement ring promise ring chain bi na part 2 kom for ni che jaba ho na ye mo say white gold and I see yellow gold there oba ye ba bom amansa etimi akabi dwabirura bank PLC e de asempalo no e de bedwa so adwuma bia wo ye bia no hia loan e de owura adwuma no ma asempalo no ene wo se kope bi eno kodan chen wo ye oba besia wo bie shop bi ananso to nyama kakrakra bi wo hia loan a oba tampa loan scheme no ene wo so hu etimi ewrambi apart from loans awodo e de be ma no savings account current account microfinance shares and as a susu dachin team investment account and a peso bia ni nyina no o de ani che dwabura banga ye bebo head office no e wo eye Asante Dwaben ye wo branches of do ejoso Roman Hill Adeshiman Pankrono magazine New Road Aboaso Fumesa onwe Sepetim Pombore any Dwaben nyina no udru ho a obehu yen Hebaso Company Limited e de Hebaso criminal e de abedwaso kope Hebaso criminal bi na UC e ye crima bema e na UC bema onu obehiem na ni be we pay your dear a Hebaso cream apply cream nikito bi e wo penis no after 30 minutes ko na ko wash we are that is a breadu semoni oba no e ba be ship eni je nko a na be ba e de amamo any drug store any chemical shop bi abeko bia no obenya bi ato your number is 0244 750 510 general yemfesia
kwame yenasi na fi straight we nko referee Kalaho na incident no yemfa ema ref na on handle my ansa na local source no kra no de Abraham Kala mamu akwa ba say ye
yisu adom
de nyamiase And I was say with your business area.
Say the business you ma no be area ya me na.
Oh, Jaisa.
And pam buy the tian ma ka chem say.
Oh. So you who in America na. The who in America.
Honorable member so ti o hwe mi sa me.
Ah, na so na asem no amatoso. Me no mi no asem. No dey go see.
Yeah, me can be no.
They won't talk.
Yeah, me can be.
Okay. See tension no kra no extra called dressing room hole.
Really?
Between the Hearts of Folk technical team and the technical team. You see kitty pa dressing room. After the game.
It's no man ball.
Hey, ball na same time behind the bar.
Aso kodo dey say Barcelona and Real Madrid na ball. When we am man bro so a. What I say player do your park is team. Pa kwanyama pa sent police for the giant wo ba ko pen. No ko bu fi butuma buna na ase. Just as be ma bi yen ja no mu pata no. Wrong. And you say wrong. But say football no ball see the city no. You know we especially we lose game. And they tend to be costly. It now will take time in trying to address some of these issues, you know. And it is House of Folk, you know, the technical team they no dressing room part of the game.
But me na Bukrana just okay the philosophy of our game, the loss of the game. All these things I can or say I know them supporters there. Almost have bishop more because they say support two technical teams there you say. So man ko mo engage when na me say na me say ade chia yes so ba be mbisa. Number man Papa Park. Do you read the philosophy of the loss of the game when you na can be Emma grown here there.
Wow.
And then tokwa. We man brosua. Ti said the honorable can we man brosua. And football no MP.
Aba. All right. It will be say nasty. Na ni nya and na am say yempene so. But mutu kwa ko Benin. One supporter also drew Benin in ko ye adwuma. Ama game no say for Heartful.
Ma to
we go bia no mse ko to voyi.
I just drew my ball.
Ni na drew
my ball. I listen to Andy. Why game no clearly you say the game no got to your favorite ball no mujina park no ball.
Yeah.
Do I drew my ball.
So ko Benin e ko ye ho adwuma. Sa ho je fifi America ba. O se match na bibia che se anapa esi no ofre me. Se eni so ko stadium no on train fi no nya adwuma. Nti na calls na ade a o ye nra. Kene ne ka se wi se mbato. Wo say.
Ana we ko win here there. Ko win here there. Na so ko work so on stadium.
No America.
Na America how they do drone.
They be say drone trap.
But wo so mo ko.
A drone trap.
Depuis Tim Nisha.
A drone trap.
Oh, Tim Nisha. E be ma players ni coach so ma work hard and credit.
A juba safu de fi here nra no. Ya kala.
Yeah, Joe. Oui. I'm saying and right in a nice game na dey medical ball your officials na baso. It was before the match no yet nsema na man for kafa omo. Na me for say betimi enya susu bi e wo mo so. But looking at the match no calling someone anybody but metimi aka say utimi start match ni ma na say nipa wo ye e ma asumdwe ba bia na oye na me for say nipa bi dey say dey kana no for say ulusu obi na obelusi a na ho beto ne da nti ekobasa no ma bi oba pa ko pe bibi e dey ahye em say nya best 3 incidents bi na game no mu a em say nti ase ba ko ase miru na nti ase ni kotokoso nya penalty House of Folks say o she go am I anji and only idea em say kotoko penalty ni eji ye no enu ti no say aka ye be sha se fiti kotoko first goal no na ye kotoko she goal na nke akọ second one kotoko penalty ni abad is allowed goal no so say peji metimi America ahwe ye first goal na eje penalty ni buy na Mama the impact and no impact.
First penalty by.
First penalty na every goal by.
Peter Media kwano.
Yeah.
Enuni.
Yeah. Say o share. But so Obama loss na. Wama baby say the impact or no impact or about dribble say incident we ho. And this all kaya or say that or say the impact, there is clear consequences to the opponent's play. The challenge, trip, push or hold affects the player out the outcome of the decision. So decision bueno, and no man see and so okay the loss of the game now. So pages make me na time no their mama public na kaya. So kaya join some their mama.
Ode baby a wo hia na ma no. Nti mo mfa nto so ma ye na kala kan na
emfa serious tie no. Okay. So say Okay, the head was impact versus no impact. In the loss of the law 12 fouls and misconduct. I say there is clear consequence to the opponent's play. The challenge, trip, push, or hold affects the outcome. Decision, penalty kick, if inside the penalty area. Examples, defender slightly trips attacker who loses balance and cannot shoot. So if you look at this incident, what you say, yes, I not triple, not just okay. So the referee was spot on. If you look at the position of the referee, he saw everything. But at the end, can only say penalty taking a major decision. So a referee, you shall say first now, and can you foul now? Oh, bless the spot because what's the penalty? And now Western has a variation, but as a players, no, we are sure almost say BBS, and he say a long blast, P. Obi was a watch BB. Oh, no, mean, but if you look at referee the P now, or bless the spot now, what is it now?
You are watching video.
Oh, yes, until the mechanic. What's a player, you must say. Said that time pass over no one bought bear over 5. Which I ban grandma and my uncle. So these are the things I make. So I been say the position of the referee was spot on and he saw everything. And the man said that challenges be bear more a coffers and man by. So the penalty was spot on and the say referee no a fair foul no G
yeah, impact refers to whether the contact or action has a real effect on the opponent's ability to play the ball, maintain balance, or continue fairly. Okay.
To also say the challenge, the trip, push, or hold affects the outcome. This is penalty kick. If inside the penalty area. Okay. So I know they see a referee.
So you must be in this decision. A trip.
A trip.
A trip.
So so a trip on the man or Coco Basa. So Joe Yam Coco so na penalty.
Now so na penalty.
Coco so na penalty. And so Yan share said the Honosu is
okay.
So we share and then the Bibiama. Is also say understanding of deflection of handball. And this also the deflection of handball situation now. Okaya, Ubon say obetimi amaya mamenka wa. Or see definition of handball. Handball occurs when a player deliberately touches the ball with the hand or arm, or touches the ball with the hand or arm when the hand or arm has made their body unnaturally bigger. TF called the handball deflection. The key consideration is intent and reaction time. Referees must judge when the player had time to react and if the arm position was a consequence of or prior to the deflection. And to Obaka just said no offense. The ball deflects from the player's own body, example, thigh, chest, or head, onto the arm. The ball deflects from a nearby opponent where the player has no time to react. So if you watch this baller, say the referee was spot on and a penalty. Look at the closeness of the defender. Nature's happily and only time to react. Ball no, ball the ball be now.
Only time to react.
On a ball. And a ball and and to the say anything else is a ball. It deflected from one body. About the ball inside, we find say a deflection or bobono. And any intense or bobono, I don't think so. Player if you look at this, now, I saw Bobo and my ball player no obono redirection of the ball and a coco ball on one casanensa. It's a ball at two. A chemu. On Sanka, I had great changing direction, cried our guys into a ball born in the 20 when a friend a deflection of hands. It's a deflection from the hand, from their own player's body, and a circle born inside. So the referee was spot on. It wasn't a penalty.
The infant said, not to play be a warning, and then in Sana, a boom and Quebec player no earlier.
Until so, okay, our catch was a changing direction there. Born and changing direction, the baby are born. But one born is our boy. So they make sure no. And I ran a tissue that she born no. And no player or be said as a me ball abomi amesa.
Okay.
and only adwene ma oka say a deflection of that player hands and it's already winner and say ball no
even do a ball
but ultimately penalty.
Like at least to what advantage would the player gain? What I say with that handball in this circumstance, advantage being a hard player to be with a handball no. But what must say? Does that would then stop Kotoko from scoring? And now the ball in the hand on stop ball from getting to a Kotoko player. All these things, would answer negative. On the match.
In the Busan and the Kotoko player be one in Chenhua. Ball no ne sano amanan kone ho directly. Can you
say I'm making you say ball no san call back or right. And an insanity be you call lefter. A different thing. But to show the direction the one or ball no ediako. And that the distance between maybe or kick ball and maybe an insane one. Joe is so quick for anybody to do a meaningful reaction. So between action inside a dear few.
Okay. All right.
Your question now be saying Udika Kofudika cry and say there be a born guy no or unfinance Kenya advantage. Yeah. Young finance ko boy no. And can insan and Kayako play a Wama or no Timabasa. And the woman insan prevented the ball from reaching the Kotoko.
Then you can analyze it.
And the referee Nibemano, Ebeside dream will be married. By this particular instance, there is so clear say unfan insan mobile, and it wasn't a goal bound shot crown and insano are prevented. So I also agree that it wasn't a penalty.
Okay. All right, Kalato.
So the controversial goal
no okay yanko the Mauli Wayo ball no
HST or Boshe
yanko Joe the one penalty or say sibe dia no handball no enye penalty yanko third one Joe Sausha football mrana ya the offside or say offside or say before so be offside no a player must have two opponents before him and the goal line. And now we a referee, so you have three things. One was the player, once the player offside, was he gaining advantage by being in that position? Was he interfering with play? Was he interfering with an opponent? Now by interfering with play now, who can kabas your mouth say, or bet you on your baby say pages baby Joe tracking car no yeah they also impact na okay impact refers to whether the offside positioned player becomes actively involved in play or interferes with an opponent. Impact at offense. The player is in an offside position. The player in an offside position interferes with play, touches or plays the ball passed or touched by a teammate.
So Joe,
you baby impact no. Or person say, "Set time my elbow ball, be I ball and start kicking ball no. At the time of the kicking, a player near offside. But outside no onye mistake. So I'm pay ball, I'm player in offside position, I'm post. That say. Baby original why offside but on your offense biya afa yenhwe baby a kotoko player ne has player no jump here no kotoko player na jump ball no oni ni course mienu no omo mienu no e ma ono player no head the ball no kotoko ne has
picture who still picture win that be musa come back to that still picture no yes that be the mama ni machine kochika create na Saturday no or kick ball no. Okay. Now ball you mid.
Ball no mid.
Okay.
And it's that time player need offside position. And na kotoko player na has player na core. It's your honor ka impact asem no. Okay, omo no mo kwere.
Do no nyanko
omakwawi. Jones omakwawi so omakwawi. Me no ma me no no. Ahase na nyina mo se player na offside.
We no ma head here we.
Joe tie ahamba o ma offside dey emfa dey say ya. To me no mo course no. Kotoko player ante said the kasisi e wo handball situation no. Kotoko player no course so na head the ball no kra na. Na only freedom. And on the head the ball na. Has player no any challenge here no. He made an impact on that player. And it's ama player na and no so by example I remember we are Kotoko first match na has player no pass the ball ma Kotoko player bi no. Who's an order no ho. It's no control ball no. Or say me ball my goalkeeper. And na Kotoko play original offside position. E ko far ball not the engine offside. Because has player need no or no control ball no and no pass. So be challenge no Kotoko player challenge that player. By this time, so redeem runner or say that player no challenge Kotoko defender no. He made an impact. Enti ama Kotoko player no say obe head the ball na man goalkeeper and as well head the ball na man goalkeeper. Enti that challenge no. Our challenge you know pages with the law na mazo bet me and about some obi aka bia and you essence of challenging anything no ama player no obe lose balance me who the head the ball no say Kotoko player na head the ball no say has player na head the ball no baby a ball ni free coin no at the time a ball no has player no where was he that time he was in an offside position. And it's no matter the situation, whether it is Haas player, whether it's Kotoko player who headed the ball to that player, and my ball no player and offside. At that time, no, he involved in active play.
Say Kotoko player and headed ball no cry.
Because yes, because Kotoko player not on the no pages with your own boss. Obaka say when the challenges for him no, make impact on that defender. I'm a one day no say me Joe Manchester ball. Madana me ho Kofi Champo me player me goalkeeper na me defender me pass ya man and na kalagina offside position wa go intercept and no the all the ho na we there player na head the ball no you musa so ni baby ball no driver se Kotoko player na on den ho na o page ball no etita ma ball no call no o mienu no ba ko na obeka no he made an impact on that player and from there na ma ball here dey ekoi Ekokodi has player no. So Joe me the law now.
Am I in two scenarios? Yeah, Obako has a full player. I don't know. It's Muhammad Ali or so, or Nunkwana born it no. And Opo say born no Konechi. I think ni keep an any target. No him say morphine donsu. Honum. Inti willingly. Onunkwa pass ball no de ma morphine those who are not original offside position. But football no mra say pass ni free opponent to brewa unye offside. Deliberate. Say deliberately. O pass ball e de ma open like deliberately o keke ball no and now ball e de the opponent no original offside position kra na oji otumi koboshe. In the case of us defender no or ball no the command morphine those who was in an offside position. But referee now offside because because now Osesibe was not under any pressure.
Okay. Unlike the
Kalacheche say Kaladia okay the Mauli wayo di any day. Set Kojo any has attacker no echo more challengeable no. Intikala gimen in church munise either say Kotoko player and a head you, say Haas player and a head you, because it was a ball more challenging, and because of due to that challenge, you know, and a man ball no call.
Yeah,
Kotoko side
deliberate.
Intinya deliberate or heady or no call on goodwill, no under no pressure, and now yes or heady big palm and goalkeeper. Could be any ho and on so heady ama the goalkeeper. And Kamauli wayo a free offside position before ball no Eboshe Yankee go. But in this case, they were both challenging the ball in air. Also, the controversy now is about who really headed the ball to Mauli wayo. Yeah. And the obvious argument they say if say free Kotoko one player no and a bad idea and Kenya offside and no and a Kalayami Atia says a base challenge idea. Okay. Nini pananyanipe and no the head call.
Okay, kale yanko zentu aswe.
So Joe, nam kaze bi omode law name.
Enom dia tuzia we na okay.
Challenging an opponent for the ball.
Challenging an opponent for the ball. Clearly attempting to play the ball, which impacts an opponent's ability to play it. So I'm going to be here say
clearly attempting to play the ball, which impacts.
I say challenging an opponent for the ball, and it's in Kotoko two players they are challenging for the ball. So clearly attempting to play the ball, which impacts an opponent's ability to play it.
So making what are you referring to? Are you referring to two Kotoko players now? Plan is a Mauli.
No, I'm referring to Kotoko defender.
Maybe. Okay. Defenders on those.
On the course.
They are on the course.
On the course.
So all the offside situation does not arise.
No.
Maybe. the offside situation.
Ana ka mo makalan ti mu ya. Eba jo o mi enu nya na mo makalan ti mu. Me beso wi a. Mo ni makalan wi.
One kiki ko ye no. Player now original offside position, why offside on the offense be. But two players no more head the ball no. E dey na see here. Kotoko player no say Kotoko player na head the ball na order no. Onya time. So already my ball na obeka just am run say ono anya time no je ball no na o chase ball na o pass ball the man na.
Can they deliberate?
Deliberate play. But this time there was no deliberate play here. And I be catch him so koje onje offside. Wait there. So has player also the head the ball the man and they are clear. So has player and the ball one there and a clear offside. Our boy say the player was coming from position 1 to position 2. That is how we they can say of position 1 ever position 2. By way no before somebody had the ball no, the has player was in an offside position. And the argument is omo person omo kire say Kotoko player na head the ball dia and then just Kotoko player na pass the ball.
No go na established do. Be pem ne. Me who
offside in the sense time obeka se ball no player no original offside position obeje ball no onye offside in here to say the first one na e pass the ball the man no on the match so bet me here dey check publica to say the pass the ball na Kotoko player no go far ball na want to be answer no and no there player na dey no control ball no pass ball no and no dey command the goalkeeper no be intercept by this time no two players no go head the ball no player need in outside position. It's whether the ball came from the head of Kotoko player or House of Fox player. Because Kotoko player na ball on the head here. On the no. I'll bet me that
challenge view.
That challenge don't just say that challenge in a buy no. I'm a player na and no. It went me and Bobo no. It's a Bobo na say a course area no. Na say the fair attacker no go far balls original offside position go there. Then quickly you have to rule him offside. That is why who share I stand referee the flag ni si so da.
Okay.
That is the point. If you say
so da no what omotia say answer no what say. That stand referee's flag was up before the ball.
Time na I say referee no a flag no course room.
Time or head the ball na the flag the course room.
Okay. Head ball na e come only one.
E come only one na the flag the course room.
Okay, nti ankosoro emra no wo offside position.
Baby o kick ball ni the onji offside. Sheta ma mo head the ball na up na the flag.
Because aside time na form.
That's it.
Okay.
E do the obo say.
This time
that's no one head here.
That no head here into the course no. That time o kick ball so be anu do obefa ball no. So be head the ball na go direct to the post. But time o head the ball no say sa ma uli wayo say player be no oba mu na pe and a flag in the buy. Because at that time he has run from position 1 to position 2.
So if you know all the here.
All the material.
This is picture you show here.
How say?
Emra head here
na Joe Yanfan say center line and they divide field of play no. And Yanfan say Mauli wayo ejina omachi and Kotoko players in the center line so. And the kick ball eba. And the Mauli wayo dimrika eba. Ababeji bi. Eti moment obe free offside position abegina the own area be for ball no one we time be for ball because on offside so they mention but we are running from offside position and one bunny area be pick ball no it did that time we catch chance no anya there but the time you judge say that time na wa bemu no why there why offside so the Iceland referee was spot on he saw it at the time now
Osesi be there no any donzo there no
never compare with Osesi be any donzo there you could see say donzo no you could see say defender here
Russian money hono minor kalamfan and compare with
you who say the defender was okay obi an challenge no obi an ni ni ase and ono aye say me pass ball no akoma me goalkeeper and defend attacker on the offside position be intercept here and to intercept here at that time no offside because that player was not challenged as the law is saying you say because I challenge that the player need to know your impact no enema ball go there e could go that player no so Basana the Arsenal referee and the referee did well for taking that offside. So to me, blame or more PBM.
My referee, Thomas Nunu is watching us.
Okay.
He's watching the show. No,
FIFA retired.
Yes.
Thomas Nunu.
Instructor. Technical instructor.
Yeah, yes. He's part of the instructors, technical instructor. So, I said the Kotokos player was not in control of his body.
That's it.
Exactly what Kala is saying. Okay.
And his body was not well coordinated. Say the opposite chance to say defender power ball about opposite head here. And sounds on your balance in coordinating the body now by head the ball in the scorer interfered with an opponent. The direction of the ball suggested who actually played the ball. Some say there's confusion as to who actually headed the ball. Or say the direction of the ball suggested who actually played the ball. I'm watching the show. Okay. And that is what I wanted to establish. Say, number one, as soon as the time now, boy the best ball no ball national team now as a fin flag was wrong. Yo, maybe be number 4 makokofa VR the aba. So instead be play to me see into uno ask them your ability to judge then abe judge. So ball na buy no na head ko no. We are why now we born no matter how the baby we say what you say how to folk defender no because of the direction as Thomas Tundu can the head ball no echo say it's about the sadia Mauli wayo no originally your offside position moved in no ball na sana or chest it is already and that some referee flag was up and sana up sana you know the ball
no show no mo show there now can
yes
mama say
accessible mo san come back we know we know na fan compare accessible and saka balls see na na em say ekokem nti osade akoma the goalkeeper say na dozo ho
I don't know can so on one attending nobody was challenging him. They said the instructor can say he was not of himself.
This one had control of his body.
Control of his body.
Yes.
And on one pass ball command no you know abasa enjoy but wait there because I was challenging you made an impact on him and the BBO e bia enkoso and you under no ho na obobo no essence on the ho nti no
this is the ball is on the chair pow dozo pa ti na dozo
I don't know
oh na say on the clinical say other strikers say onya better am anu bia bo we ko beto
but you see when they can or mistakes against Kotoko sa
now why did he pass that to Kotoko player no
to obobo na na o hwe na say there e mtiase
now bonus you had I think two has to focus players why did he pass to Kotoko player
I don't know
was a direct pass
yes
when a friend deliberate play deliberate and to when I saw that
I say those who say go at
o pass man
direct
e bia na minim de Jason na bia 10 and so o me say 10 and so
you see pass ni kwa because has player back pena Kotoko for 2 and na gira o nti sa ba bia na o de pass ni kokra no
now who was he passing to he was never passing to no why the passing to direct to the player look at the power of ball no mo goalkeeper na go down here ka punch be bam we gina o de we ni you o de ball down no pass
go de ma why
ni ko de Kotoko player no
no de ma no
yeah na no should be na be official your house player
wow
I just got some more.
No. But so dream on kasa
so dream on you be goalkeeper yeah any so pass na goalkeeper so won under it sir
I think so really bone we na dua na say na chi there has
one
to oh na so 10
seriously he should be lucky say
oh 10 me say e be just ni confusing no be
say I do dosu do oh dosu too
we dey we you odi pa no down no we answer no possible
it's always
just ni you
no possible na open play we say
na me ka you sign the stars na any other player can never onya asem
so jo we comparative we ni ba ko na
difference
we what no ho ono atime control ball no and ono pass ball ma opponent a o gina offside position we so dey on the no ho o ya hwe enye and on any me no akọ challenge for the ball and a ball na akodi ase and say kodi say Kotoko na had Kotoko player na head the ball no say has player na head the ball no so far as that player was coming from an offside position the referee did well and I commend them we are there
okay enti na eno so eno no Kalante referee no mo start marking free 7 and 8.5 wow do we man say
Joe, the 5 become man 9 because I know idea. Wow. Because you know I be having time share board na man said and no more oye ni padie until won't mean 100% no because the good am say 5 be kana mana kona no so already the and that year kafa match
attention power for the game
say kaka oba me ka say ka ma the bodyguard there but of a match ni cool just say she fa no they also deserve card or the man they also say and I think say so continue
almost all the senior referees are Matthew Munka on the incidents I call for him.
No, but
I
you see,
I even heard referees manager
Alex
also saying the decision was
no, but you see, almost stadium said they didn't have benefit of the video replay. It's no more reactors are. But when even House of Folk supporters are move video no, a bit more like Omar regret to say pass initial comment after seeing the video.
Commander Didi Draman, you interview after the match, or say this or correct clip and answer. Or say although I totally disagree, but I have to watch it again.
And rather tension and never honor. Hardly power including my Gustav. Time now, when or any bicycle kick. When he was in an offside position from position 1 to 2, no be agreeing. We were just watching the ball.
So we say the Monaco soccer ball. But
internet is unbelievable how to go fast.
Me can say, me person can say more overreacting. You can't blame them too much because around that time when it the ball no ko echi. Obi so adwuma ne say all lines.
But don't you say one so WhatsApp how.
Man, the money no for from.
Okay, the
money no for. Because now you go to bar chose in defender go with you and say later no ba.
All right, but
he runs chase every ball by ball. I don't know. Udrubon is an 9 crore de bebo no.
Now this is fan say boy, shame young union tin na we say na kabe.
Na ti wa mbo ba ko nya ball bia na ba ko bia tino.
Me dey we na make kan ni. O de man na obi ani wo nko a wo ni. Asa na ha defender me ba.
Okay, enti yamfa eno so enti ha. Kalandi te wa hu obi busa tend wa hu fault bia the referee say.
So that is why Yentimi 100%.
By referee seriously or handle match ni ye pap.
So mind game say the man na so team go match we ba say ya. I just why are because when ka decision when go be jaya ama ye dey atika. Ye wi a ye tie be bo na chi. But what team say na assistance na so ya there set tablet on nipa o camera referee dey. Akugri. Omo ya there so omo support it no. When you are
supporters no leadership no so can say a friend say I stand in me no no every cry think
okay obeti me akaza
but look at
I'm tough revolter
nipa o think cry no on we say or think cry now also we protest on the
flag is outside radio.
So sometimes
they were there to
referees
it's a human institution omit my errors but when the Ndamika say it's unfair for us to continue to denigrate our referee. Joe affect internationally. Some people be candidate church law e phone mu ho e bi wo ha any basis cra. Ya pon ba kondonya kodi match ni nyanya mfonso bia. No was said mfonso e dey attach no. But look at our performance. Look at our performance.
Sunday I was questioning the publicity.
But Tabasi won't control. Now when they down with those who wrote what I say against the referee, they won't come and write. So no my idea. It is a young boy Okudi Nation Service in Kotokomachi. They wrote a lot of things about umunim idea no. No di match no. They won't be magnanimous enough to come and write say boy no what CBO were proven wrong. Oh no. Then try to encourage our people. Our referee no Joe affect international. If I tell you the communication come on some of the refereeing referee committee for assessors no more CAF referee no Joe but they pick all this they are not here but they pick it from here no my candidate church no and almost so am kan kan okay draw list for AFCON. I think only than a line on come or come my baby our corner
we don't call for match and
well
so much let you
come make it a official no ebeto so the amayan saying na wadwen e kire MSN peace no hadwen yi o ha papanti misra mame messages ni na enso akaso yentimi emfa emremo edumra kwa make the local stories no ebebrain referee no Reginald Collins amwa you so handle match ni pa controversial issues are more Kenya penalty, no offside, blah blah. No, on spot on. Intina and also
yeah officials a stadium majo referee bia or person or match bia on conquer enjoy game no some no watch ball who say BCM jo say foul e see e no kwa because me person me say referee dey me gina na name etimiti dem na me hwe ball we tam o ya am offside me back to how da boa because no on support to da
na kan ye be also has ni
on pekotoko
kan so has
the John board me no
oh did him
the minimum on Tima oh you are super to me your first level for last 6 years as 8 years no yeah Barcelona
to our banu ni age
8 years Barcelona obetimi anemu number 1 1 Testega
6 I say 8 wow do banu me where say him
on them
wow ba
where say him
anya me net them
no na unu me
trust yeah
I'm catching ball offside
okay
o say anya offside o dey match nye ba asa na ba no say no ojinem ono ankasa o no ojinem
na me ni referee bi di nkobo anapay o say ono kra de nka Emra Maulu ayo ba ebe fa ball no of foul kotoko defenders ne ba is it true
omo say push bi
is it true so ono pushing nka wanye hweka ko be a foul ho meaning if that's true
Joe memo one of the contacts in the game football is a contact game so bibi say dey see a ultimate carry but football na a boy any there man I think that everything is okay. The referees did well. Now I am continuous here babo mabaso.
All right.
I'm on them be say achimuso ya besra mo yese kotokona ase. Ya mo pampa referees no. Say the be ya obi abepa bi adi. Mo man nya hot cake. Meti ba bi am say manya bi ani.
But we don't so as a guy no challenge in the power. The man lose balance. You don't blame him sir. The infant no. O say also go push no.
One go push no.
Like has the
obi ba Chelsea mo bia sa me challenge na strike so mi show go so bia o mi show go under challenge
time no receive ball no his space na down the player in them
yeah
oni eni ball na dey am we na say na
kwani so be kick na no ko challenge
oh ba
o me enhwe so kakra okay
now go so mi so mi na
obi da chop bia banti ye
na Mauli boy no go na enyina no dey challenge no nya two defenders HSS and do kick ball na be na ball so bia challenge o
I don't cross up bicycle.
Kwa make the local sorries over brave, but my apology about CCA. Na yanka no so want some kakrebi. I wish to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to the supporters of Accra to who turned up in their numbers to stand behind the team in our match against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Your passion and loyalty mean everything to us, and I'm painfully aware that my actions at the end of the game fell short of the respect you deserve. With a heavy heart, I sincerely apologize to the Ghana Football Association, the referee, my teammates, our cherished supporters, and the wider football community. What happened after the final whistle was unacceptable, and I take full responsibility for my behavior. Throughout the game, I felt frustrated and felt I was being persistently fouled without protection from the referees. In that moment of emotions, I allowed frustration to cloud my judgment. Instead of showing restraint and respect, I reacted wrongly, and I regret it deeply. My actions do not reflect who I am as a person, nor the values I hold as a professional footballer. To the referee involved, I'm truly sorry for confronting you in the manner that I did. I respect the difficult role referees play in ensuring fairness, and I humbly ask for your forgiveness for my lapse in judgment. To the GFA, my club, my teammates, our loyal fans, I promise to learn from this painful experience. I'll work harder to remain calm under pressure, to honor the Phobian badge I love and wear, and to uphold the dignity of our football game. Once again, I offer my heartfelt apologies to everyone affected by my actions. I'm committed to making amends and proving through my conduct going forward that I have learned from this mistake. Mohammed Hussein, the best way to go. And what should they Abre and Opeye? The Mohammed Hussein or call attacking match officials, no, or their chopper any kabia abanopaya.
General,
won't seven a year show TV CCA. Yeah.
I think it's the way to go. Way to go, not to justify any action. So be beyond a tune for so and trocrata and Nipakre to pan or diamano. And I like the content of an apology. For me, Saturday Obekaya, I'm a combined 11, he was one of them. And he never disappointed me on Sunday yesterday. He was one of my best performers. And he's one of my favorite Arsenal players. So I was so shocked. And on the page, he's the smallest player in terms of size. He's the smallest player. Okay, team is in me. So I was so shocked, say, or no, I decided, say, Obe take him rana show on one in some. Now I attack these referees. At a point in time, I was like, Sabrantin, James, one referees, Obe to me, Anna. Midfield say, General, a advice to players say they should not allow their loyalty for their clubs. Say omodebe sacrifice omo ankasa career and the values they hold. Because moye players be brave, team be brave na mabo ewie na sebiu yemfa ne say referee de etiamo. Adan na take wo content currency wo da wo beku. Ana yemfa ne say ba ko mienu bi kan. Na Barcelona will keep a bim friend Pinto. Onye bi na ubehuna na ntoko esi. Ubehuna tintin grambi awa okay
normally na Copa del Rey ye tamani da.
Onye bi na
Copa del Rey up to final you know.
Me say onye bi na
no ability.
Ability. Ubehuna na ntoko esi general. But upon all ntoko okuma Barcelona nyina na bredu so mu gya no kwan no bepa. In the same way say we a player as I say, Ujitum say, officiating you'll be a Juma with the anybody. We are leave it. I know, say, GFA for the kind action as soon as that. But court to crown, say, sorry, Omo the choir do Abona, Yasamino, Yankanasa, Yasama and Abon choir do, into beer, such a pay bit me up, one beer, such a tribute or the maximum. Any or minimum, Nibio Marshe. For me, this will also tell Omo fans and say, after all, the guy says he in the reaction was not justified. Into all fan house way, no, a quabisono, Ubehu say, Sebi be pie and Sisi wana crano overreacting. Kobe Jones molete ya Omucho de bayi. If you juxtapose with these ones, a catcher say, Komuso to Mboka Cray near Bakumi, no big more.
Some de match no bufu na be wura no de em so mutro ne na na mo releasing na amachi ti ho bufu de no be wura all right so be baba ye ni ya
must be take on boy no
yeah
right
yeah camera mo fanto no su afi no wura mu baba moko
edikan no I think it's the best ever. And clearly, it could be no trauma. No, Unpakono matro papa. Joe Unpakono is a good writer. Timbrofo, all the ingredients. No me here. Adebako pebi na emisium. Adebako pen emisium in terms of more mentioning in ano. I think Tamano mention will be an essential the police and so.
Okay.
Police for no. Okay. Because he was rude towards the police, so the police were trying to prevent him. Yeah. Baby Crow said, "Say you waiting police in the crown and na kontoka." But it's the best way to go. We are then you who said there we one in Joe, and then they just saw a man, we a bear man. No said them ye man in ye. We could mitigate punishment. Said him out. But to connect us one year say video evidence so. Now if you no challenge it. And then now punishment need me a cost run. So this is the best way to go. First of all, acknowledging self-respect as supporters. So much disappoint you. Even spectators at Stadium Hono, Joe apologizing to me, apologizing to the organizers of the Ghana Football Association, apologizing to the public, and you'll be about Joe Dibadibuna. Which I say football no and the better side of him. I've told you emotions in football, Joe Nyagro. Be to me see. Internet say the technical team of Arsenal could not kotoko. Yes, say omu ya no a tunnel no one as dressing one. Anyam
di dramani ni verse technical team.
Anyam because born Joe Sunday yes, emotions etimi bam. Enti boy no it's good say dey chin and or das nyane no. Or like say do ye no excessive. O man bruso. No dey chow chopper eba. I would also ask him say we are in the public statement on fa copy ma GFA for na a charge no no mu hunu sampani ampa no onye nu ne no ma na oye na be ma na atimi amitigate ni charges no obi wan ka is afi na okose ondi for okọ challenge na referee na anye ni say so no be bia touch me pan say me ti read this I think last but 2 paragraph even to the referee ono ka say game no bo no officer no nya challenges say sankeje e man ye frustrated no wie no kra no or referee for nature said oh yeah towards the referee for no wanye ni ye you di ba de bi na be ye di be na be
whoever I'm managing and I'm managing ye pa.
Don't try the man.
From the management.
No, it's not well. Yes. We compare the two statements this morning.
Yeah.
From Heart to Folk.
From Heart to Folk supporters. And I am sure the boy is what true. Two contrasting.
I'm paper and say Obe working hard towards controlling his emotions.
Yes.
In football.
I'm happy
because in football there's so much emotions. Yeah. And the size and all Herbal tries will be bullying. But he's a good player.
Yeah. All right. Yemfa NCA kwa Mickey Eddie Officiating no nyina no enso bebre na fi ya tretse ya dwen de afa ho abasa abaye oyi ne ase binim so da ya na oba ha so wadwa ya bia ha na bayi woni ase
yemi anom nyina beduru pe 11 boa so 11 yenu nyina beduru pe
na me musa say time na beduru
me dadie so no so da so no so da obi a we ni a no to ho anu ada no form we bi adwendwene ti ese omudi ye before say na make di local di omudi ye oda enye ye ani beje se de eni ma ko so e wa crash post stadium man na ni beje ho as on say na me ma mu yi video ni bi a referee score no a o mu kwala de no ma je referee score na ye de no ma deny the same thing
then
mu kwala go no di shiri kuruma no the same thing boy ni de no
boy be
wa de no opa yi mu kwala go no yi wa de no mukwala go no de shey wo baba yara no 3-2
ya fe baba ye friend say na we nje na ba fi nkoma tisa ha sa bonyi na
okoko to abezola ya for no bonyi
na say wa na mo ne bo ya omu ya penalty bi na say
omu fa me president thank you senior
na say le mo won president mo ne le mo na so mo ya penalty referee na ni
president
clear penalty
also na president ni bi
so ya na match ya da o ko
ya fo le ko bi afo mo ntiri mi say me say ade na si ya
ko ti ya hwe na match yɛnhwɛ no match
menka deɛ wopa na deɛ memɛka
ɔyɛ kɔ David nyina bɛboa program
David Matias yɛ menka deɛ wopa na
deɛ bɛboa program
David Matias ɔre yiba no menka deɛ wopa na deɛ memɛka
kada memepɛ
menka deɛ wopa Matias afei mato asɛm na kɔtɔkɔhyɛ house
of na afei na wɔkokɔ
kɔtɔkɔhyɛ house of ɔka deɛ wopa kɔtɔkɔhyɛ house of folk kɔtɔkɔhyɛ house of folk atoa so saa ɛtumi teka no sɛsɛ ano deɛ ɛwu deɛ house kora bɛɛ deɛ ahyɛ Kadi ope. Sisi ro no hwe. Mami kadi na bo ami, mi kadi o no pe. What you say? Adiesi ama mu kwana de bia hye. Ama referee ju go. The same TSC e bia di na ye de o so mi nga.
All right, come make you the local. But before so about yenko has what is also called Benin no. So be catch them that ni ana man tin bi asa. Ba ku so called Benin. Ekoye ho pages I know what hefa
ozo ko Benin
ko Benin the
oba ense na me ko good ni ana me ni oba ense na me ko good ni ana me ni sika e ko say game ni e na me hu say game e wo lose Bisa Kobe Jones who dey Bisa Kobe ano pe me ni na tina ho e na Kobe ba e o fe me kwa na ma ba mu bu ka na me ko ye hu say ye wo lose me say Kobe na me ka che Kobe say Kobe ni ma ye ko ye nyina na agency ye the pressure to Benjamin Asari so Kobe ya dey na ye be ye usi o de bi ma me worry na mo so mo wo jembe ye enti mo ye de mu ye ti ko te ma me so me say Kobe born ye born Sunday ya ye be win ye be lose 1-0 o say de bi ma me so and I'm so okay fine born the massa game na ye born ye ma be bie wo game mu mama ya be guide the Kessben Grass Sports Stadium good 3 days ya be guide how good 3 days supporters are who are there ya catch trail who's betting here look at the supporter about the Grass Sports Stadium you lose 1-0 and don't say the same supporter no support me friend say omra no measure ball that's the bad management that's the bad management
okay Nti papa is in a nim osie noble looking we jango noble. That's more kind in our
Benin is Oko Benin.
Many was ya doing.
Who say Oko Benin, Jano Payne, Kobe Jones, a Bible Bissau. Also, what the stadium more 3 days. Into Muni and Tabernacle Oko Benin.
That's all count.
What's that? What's your statement in this? Also, I'm a power, you know. Kobe Jones ban or so a Kobe Benin. Aba. And the Tabernacle Benin.
That's what my Kobe before some more better.
Also,
Benin desire.
Also, another pen of catcher Kobe Jones.
I don't know what kind of universal, but Benin desire. Benin say one day with Makwaba.
And Tina says, I don't know.
Sadana say.
And one of them. I mean, the statement.
Kobe is local source.
3 days.
Also, baby.
Abbas, who the 3 days? 3 days, what you want?
I don't have from that 3 days.
And I mean, Busama, not in number.
Some year in Fatu the Castle.
Or Coco to Abedifu.
Then Fatu the Castle.
What the hot 3 days? What the hot 3 days?
I can't suppose that you know. I can't on you. In 3 days, look at the boy. Since you are Omokasi, Baba Martin, I can't hear. It is
what that stadium more 3 days.
Then you go home.
Put the hot 3 days.
The dog help so many days, Brokra. When you train me, when you be a man, how they are in Cabebruano. What does it?
Papa, you can say, okay, 2 days in the credit. I bet those are better one.
And you're offered it. And you're offered it.
And the May papa.
And you're offered it.
Come on, look at
3 days in nature. Come on, how they are.
Said the Benin no 3 days, you know, and a white handkerchief now. All you can another 6. No,
you want to be sure.
And it is one about one.
You're a bad day, crown, got the question at 3-1.
All right.
The fleet is here.
Mammy Tio, but before so about Mammy Doctor Amuzu, Namiko for Amuzu garlic and Kratoka craving Reba. Now the local source, no, I never hero say, you know, Christ. Oh, young Cobra.
Mugala didn't be Amuzu Herbal Clinic. Na ye de dobia by a friend of Amuzu garlic bitters. A ye dra, Emma Moje dear Fusane, Ewani Peduanumu. A ye dra bois, mo bia ne pressure a wasro. Eba from pa obisua otiemia wadres radia broso obehia Amuzu garlic bitters. Amuzu garlic bitter prevent numbness. So be say mensa anasa minan 83 nedro eye Amuzu garlic bitters. Amuzu garlic bitters controls urine flow. Dear odun so bebre anaso so basa no onye Amuzu garlic no mu a emesoti kura. Amuzu garlic bitters prevent sciatic pains. Obi say doctor me to ase twetwe me. Unya Amuzu garlic no watu edi. Amuzu garlic bitters is good for stroke patient. Obi anya stroke. Obu a stroke na born in kaye. Unya Amuzu garlic no watu edi. Sa medre na sofu bi anya stroke for years. Watot wa minu panom. Ai na wetimi asore ananti waka. Amuzu garlic bitters boost the immune system and fight infections. Say utie me na say uyo chembe wu yare biya ba bekrawa. Kopa Amuzu garlic no mu en ne mo ho ye dene. Na kutie nyarewa. Amuzu garlic bitters prevent body weakness. Obu ha ahomre woni so. Amuzu garlic bitters dilate the arteries ebiabia intinimu mamoja ediefusani yie pa. Amuzu garlic bitters support the pancreas. Amuzu garlic no pancreas ho ya de ne modidi a ekotwetwe sugar na glucose na mu no me so te mass sugar eba normal. Amuzu garlic bitters improves vision. Obu oho a ne pressure was with man de hunu wo form. Onya Amuzu garlic no mo bua ma friends we ni na eye wisi no we hu ade yie pa. Amuzu garlic bitters prevent palpitation. Nipa bia home ban sese home no e wosu bebre sa kope Amuzu garlic nenom. Amuzu garlic bitters prevent insomnia. Obu ha obre pansa wada ye frade bi zinc ene sulfur e ye rich Amuzu garlic mu ye ko gu mu a na mabody ne home na home bo se nche na wada enti de na ho edi ma no kope Amuzu garlic bitters nenom. Amuzu garlic bitters enrich in allicin and selenium, which helps improve blood circulation on the male sex organ. Inti bema osi oda humachi antini bema nkano. Kopa Amuzu garlic no mwe. Nemo moja ni die fusane enko bema no hunadachi a watini nka. Amuzu garlic bitters is rich in agioni. Ena musa agioni ninti ɛbɔ mmaa awodi akwa no ho ban mmaa sebuo mmaa kosu atoɔ nyinaa no ɛmɔ nyinaa kosu kama nti ɔba obu ni se a emba yie wobɛhia amuzu garlic bitters ɔba on person na wo ɛte kosu hia amuzu garlic bitters ukɔ drugstore pharmacy anase herbal shop biara wobɛnya bi atɔ upedro nsemise bi nso a no afra mi nama ɛyɛ 0247 776743 0247 77 6743 Amuzu Herbal Clinic Mauji Hiochalo.
Okay. Mickey, my answer local stories.
What general say? Supporters be in summer to that. Any team, supporters of both teams. Kotoko and they has a vote after the game. No, women in summer would ready to jump. See you missing who game. No, our crash sports stadium. Fans of us and Kotoko after the game. Our crash sports stadium. One more ekasai.
When I did disaster, anybody, when I did disaster buy, and Kotoko the something. I was back in Shua, and I did disaster buy, and I'm about to woo ya. The same issue be, and I never happen. Then I left you, I don't want to so just referee, you told me. Now, about Chen you back Chen Ghana referees, you back Chen you back Otumo penalty, in Nodomo, and in that go over Kenny left. Left friend, left
me, Mani and Jukura, Mani and Sansa, Rafruwe, Yana Atiu, or the Yaya, Otimasi, na any Kotokosa boy, we are, but has for Panifona Madio Mohoya, as in Bibia, because Rafruwe, no, Yaya home, Momatimaka Samon Pen, where Kotokoni Pio, Yakana Sawa Radio Sukura, Bremitsuma, who matches the Odia. Na matima to me ma bon kransa warriors da ahun sin ball bossity ball no chase ne to no buso wa man anto for no dirty ball no kay clean go na wa baba wi say sa aye because mpanifo no kan o moti ona inform ana na masa de we course no ball wa nyesa kotokwa say me bi to me ya ball draw ball no clean go referee na akomia me demasi
ya from say boatin ya former kotokwa under 20 striker ball no e wi say obi a anko ye mani bia wonka no kore sana me ma ebida mitumi say so make say the omu ka nyina me nka so mbo because of one yin nti nipa da sani nim say but what referee ni na won hu nipa way off player no share no share you but nipa way off busa won say one way off wo hu analyze man nipa jai me hu pass me VIP me kita press card nti me hu lansman nipa jai but referee na hu entu ho lansman ti ye wa de hu go on de wa she but lansman ni na adwuma won no peja. Who are you to challenge the last man? Wajia. Say anko ya mountain do kura na ya Ghana for yanka. Say we okwajia ka refi ko na juma ne ho ba kire no because landsman peja say player ba ku gina me na mehu. Na say okwajia nya the refi no he got everything correct. That is me.
My two teams no. TV
so.
Two teams no who are Marimba.
Oh Ghana for there.
Two teams
and there will be a bobo and then the dame who said something about 20 that yet never show men under 20 na meka say what thing major and the penny that o me na bobo like will be a bobo fine but anko ya mawa unka no kresa na wiasete ye kra ye bi da enko my refi na ye kama but na say anko ye to be anka no kre ti sana football team
operations and when you papa etumo ko bia no your operations manager na wasere ni say Uni outsiders no ebeden kita ho de na wetie de ebia customers and there unko for efa whatever we are managing has of folk we raise the protest say this guy has officiated 5 of our matches 5 matches the last time officiated has of folk match anko ye hey has of folk ni bechem you can say referee a problem to has of folk the another one see a president cup dance saying the same thing happened in the president the same referee 5 good matches this referee has been biased towards Kotoko 5 matches. This referee has been biased towards Kotoko. Supporters review operations. Management, anyashe. This is so shameful. This is so disgraceful. Hey, as somewhere I see a number one. At the worst of it all. What a clean goal. Clean goal. Player Ajibo Atuno so about angulation. One man work. Ebema player na bumebu. Say, what fighting as a goal say now the effort has been
referee. NT as I say if this is the way
our referees are going to officiate, then they will not go anywhere. Can you go and do this at Kumasi? Supposing it was against Kotoko. Supposing it was Kotoko who scored that goal. By now, all the chairs have been removed. So they should be very careful.
Can I say, referee no Indian match no, referee na nya there, but also no metimo say has no, your players no so no, am impress me because we know what our players can do. But in this particular match no, your players no, Indian boy.
Boy, no free, and I forced it from the blow of the vessel. No, they're going to follow. On peut plus no, baby girl, ball in you, a big boy play by 4-4. Nina, what you are so kind of keep it. On the go about the last you go, we watch the Roman one. Nina, yeah, sir, Salo Fina or Diano.
Slamupa, GFA, and NSA, any Ghana government. Some per se Ghana football tumpo. Omuma Ghana football, Omuka Ghanaian referees. Because supporters and some of them, almost they will not come to stadium again. Why? Because referee way, what the has in the matches more than 3 matches, the same thing happened. Argentina, GFA, Omuko appointing our referee way, Emma anytime I got has a baby. Sa referee, one Nikotoko Bibia, and I said, dang, Argentina, the Bia Kotokone has a grass stadium, no more pointing referee. Apart from pointing this referee, no, but mistake, and you're fine. The bishop will come out. She mistake be out here. Why say clean go? We see any go penalty. I don't know. I won't tell you. Ghanaian referees. Eti no mutimi kwa African Cup. No mutimi kwa World Cup mpono. Oma we so mu suban. Mo ya Ghanaian referee mutimi e kwa di match Africa da. Me mo mu dia. But no you mu di matches no. Eye poor. Eye poor.
About 80 something minutes to 90 minutes. Yeah, because now why you side away? Are you inviting stadium disaster? Who person ni pewu? Enti ensua de. Ghanaian referees into Munshua the boss. Are they not learning? Because I didn't talk about Kessben and Baba. But Ghanaians, yes, because me, for instance, me in football, either you win, you lose, or you draw. It's only Mubakwa. Now we're setting good faith. But you see, Sinti and Baba, but the name is Baba no only referee will say no. Say, I'm not bono man is here too. Now my question is say, I don't know a pound game no. I'm going to call a park and so. Soldiers for not them, police for not because they want to protect the referee. But it's not good. You understand? On Chinese attitude.
Musa Ghana leg. The Bia mo Ghana leg with the row. Mo Ghana leg with the row. Musa Ghana leg no. But sometimes I don't make us. We ban opportunity. Obi ba, he did referee. He get 3 points. That's at the bottom. Yanni Bibialu goes there. Yeah, we need 3-2. And so, linesman in referee, it is a day, Sabon outside. Yannick Kotoko, President Cup. And you see a go, Omu decided, say outside. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you are. You better leg in the chair. You better leg in the chair. Many prepare for the years back. You have to be Kotoko. I don't know where you are.
I really am need to be. The fact that we bought drawn here, we need against smaller teams, and just over to me, so they should play according to their sizes. We are done. We will meet them in Kumasi and we still beat them.
Born there. 2 teams, no. Ocean born a Kotoko born, but Mesra Koto companion for no. Omaton Abetamua, somebody, yes, now almost somebody. Somebody, Bessiakura, Omukaji, no Mufama Samba, na Samba, and because I never Samba born with Chirono. I never want to a man of the match, no. Yes, no more, Omata Abet, Omupo Bisha, my na has a phone, or Momutimania, a Casakeke. Bono, Messe, San and up and Kragus walk to Comudi house there, ring the Omutu margin, and then make Catramo, San and up and Kra, Augustu walk to Comuno, Messe. Omutu imagine. Kessben, we are too much.
I think I'll take 2 things out. First of all, Kotoko, they took their chances. They took their chances. But then, it will go to GFA, all right? Because the referee was appointed prior to this match, you know, before he was even appointed, you know, can say, and I say can say, he was so fit for this match because of what had happened before. Yet GFA, you see, them young say GFA moment trying to say GFA cares. You care.
So is it the case they are telling us?
Is
this the case Jeff is telling us?
Money fans ni P and Edin Komo. But my comments kakre bi na fi other local sources no de twaso Dr. Franco Naro and afi Kofi Achampon. We need more comments kakre bi for fancy. Some of the two after the game now Sunday twaso.
Yeah, General Utie has fans no mkasa titro fan na bufu no wasropa. But I think say fans yai and near e kasa mo chance to comment it be a fan be detail comment like ombesisa and some omokano be brave besisa so munya the benefit of the replayer me hunu pass to say na meti stadium na make say at that point in time na obi any ball nechi into players of the ball na manfo ani ni omuso sa into mostly ubehuma wuli wa yo no na chess wa bejira wa chest ball no ball by sikeke catch and 2 players behind him in the stadium commenter no be and say how on earth are 2 players ijina nechi preventing no obebo ashani akasa offside. So clearly they didn't see, and I'm sure that there are a lot of lessons to be learned as football fans. Nyamia ni ye football no ye betuma ye ni yentimi ni fans ujina young football lovers fans no be aso comment ni kwa ya faso ahuru referee. And after all the commentary a year back no me sure say obia onu no be hu say okasa broso. And I think we would also have to respect the referee. So omunso wo madwuma bi omoye. Okay. Na o hwe game ni bia ball no turn net album the lines no the flag no say before ball no crab turn net no now the flag was up there. Eti general utie nkomo ya bubo ya me sure say probably the purpose of these tapes, and it says sometimes the fans also get it wrong. Okay. And all right, we'll have to be circumspect.
Mr. Jampo.
Yes, sir. Okay, you see, even to me, hardly so be fans. You know, say, build up to the game, no. Oh, some or mkekanye far home referee to say, but see hearts one nampany and power. Mudom to stadium, come to go and then the goal has been disallowed. Until then, for me, or more conclusion. So they can form conclusions based on the mkekanye na the AC or park and the sunti. So to win the idea, SBBC and Yan to was here. Once I can't say about earlier release now, supporters in the band say, I'm so much run and I do not stand up for a woman. So Yan to was here over normal. I think said they will calm down a bit. Okay. Oh no. Even the release, I'm telling you, women benefits is here. I'm sure the tone a bit reduced after seeing videos in normal and getting the interpretation in normal. I'm so say on from Kakra. Supporters no reaction. You expect it's a referee over busy at some course so got a question. Got a question of a penalty and I penalty on the share. Penalty share and yet from open play. Then House of Folk Akabe force is 1 minute. Now Tatika is a referee and Chinchina is a Joe, we your car supporter. Says Yana Berry acting. But later I'll call now Shannon who said they didn't see any video now. Was when you know. Seems here, as I send by Yan to was okay. And to was Yan to was here, now I tell bit Mabua. But in the heat of the moment, Joe, Obia the microphone bro, Siana Bay. Siana Bay, two blue aha. But a foot to my fans may say, Trubia, or Munyan to was here. Oh no, Munya second opinion, Sana, why reacted to situations. So Munyan to was here, we am GDS say probably. Even if still complain no, and yet with harsh tone, he said, Omono area reacting na video. Okay.
Okay, Kwame, trust me, but Musa Abbas' opinion. What stadium hono, any free stadium ho, and none of pay decisions no say na uno, and na match no, family question.
No match na. Dia mimi hunu ye no. Ya na football na kan mraba akoni ye de the supporters na dia Fred maybe suppose Fred Jika no eno kre. Ye ya na ye hwe ebi ne dia be compare bi ne hu sa wonya ade. Ye nya mra na ye hwe. Ye reality. Street sense any de kasa. Ye hunu street mu ne de aka. Eti eno ano mimi hwe ball no. Me be catch Frank na is a ball no de enye penalty. Ye kre go me catch enye penalty. Ajemuza contact by. Strong. Who's a video penalty? Contact by. But the other might be a winty arsenal. Near Bajako to Cornel Lions, Hana, you player to one. What am I saying? I need a mass supporters. Say, Yensha and Nadiano. Number one, who say
penalty no
contact by yourself
into penalty okay number 2 goal na
ye share no
what stadium on who say
me who say ball na clean goal
but who free stadium
if you want me who say ball no ye ayi asquad the ball ni dey say do head the ball no
set
kojo enti ka ball no but enti ka ball no e dey na mbra de kire amusi deliberate so we share da no one share da afi de nyina be hwe no etimi bi de
ndu hwe no wo
hwe no wo set na head the ball no ma yenya player no
enti no
bawuli no
eno so enye deliberate
enti no wo be chem say enye deliberate but as supporters so be fan deliberate enti deliberate ndiri nchire mu ndie we nipa ho
okay
we nipa ho
okay
enti enu na me yehuni say ball no o sense be e pass bi so sense be so be ka say wan sheda na nka wo pass ama ye buso sense be say ya o be ka say wan sheda
set the any deliberate
wan sheda ya
said any deliberate
so
no head ball na ma hwan
head ball na ma kotoko keeper no
sa
deliberate sa no sense be busa no be ka so sheda
ndu hu say mauli go nyegu
mauli go no sa na mimi hu no
after so buy yin na
after sa na mimi hu no because the boy the tika ball no but boss be chemi say deliberate na mbo chechirem ni tika ball no obi antimi nka say set o set an ka ball no ni tikan benchemu ho deliberate e be dey hu say no sheda na wan sheda obi ani na adwenem
ba wo da wo say o sheda
me dem so sheda
so head ball na man
o head ball na man keeper
boy ehwe
oh now say ano go head dey
me busa say ko the man keeper ball na ye hwe
wo hwiri so head ball no
okay
Bajo we have be an twin I mean let's take the offside situation out of the equation Joe I'm telling you say Mauli wa you hey ebe ni ya pa say odi kan ko gina south side position because this is a goal Joe ka efe no me fi say obi ko gina ba get sa I don't know ko gina 110 when nyina people gina na nko say
o say sa go bo am ka say bo am ka say no gina ho na kotoko defend the pass man we
say na kan
o pass man
ya say ni na si amusi ye be hwe ni deliberate
say say interpretation because
the no can say
the referee interpretation say enye deliberate
the boss can say
control of the body because
obi
ne pushy you know like obi ni no struggle man
they say ball there mawuli wayo any case nim do head the ball no so back case nim ni hwe di nti o head the ball no komolu wayo there when the case nim when you want say
that the position no gina no
the position no gina no when the ball when the pass man na mawuli wayo near offside boss mpacho te pass say na bi o gina no say mawuli wayo gina no say 3 players squad the gina according to ball no match re no say 3 players squad the gina ko defend the piama o mo a piama na nya off what you say and boy na yebie what you say kotoko player na ayebie wa yebi and you hear say
we say oni obi na challenge
but what asem no what we ma any case
okay there be say say you obi na challenge why you end up offside position
and say deliberate in your show nyama oru ma any show this year
okay come in me dem interest do the
I want to say and say and no class me choda me tama meko na o check for ebowa choda ma meko
Tama
meko ngrai me ncheri ni nyina obi attack for na obowa
menene si a chepata
mere ma shekotoko
o cheka di musu no de no wasi
abe ya bobo di wi na o chalo na mcheka ni mu bi
boss na me dance na we can before supporters education boss na we can o go father than ba ene na mabubi funu because tim say asembu e de ko court ye di ni say ye do de ko asem kro na ebu ani say ni wo de na ye bu ani foforo ono onye lawyer but obehwe de ada ni si ye no de akasem onye je de ebi ne ya na de kan se ball pe obi akọ waba hye yi deliberate ni kura free mu a the same thing incident ya mo di bi hye ye e be ji go nipa offside position
okoba di go na make reference to enye papa e be tra ha kan se na
ni sa wo jiwe na wa ma jiwe a me ordinary supporter me ntiase
ata oni mra
wo tiase ade na ba ko
na ku mo e kra ye wo mu ni ya wo man shota ene wo
120 me yensha other sentence no so can make the results in before have na fair coaches and any players and some of the two there but the ministers were we could have today
Debbie mingue anti me call other sentence ma bo we na pese tie supporters in some after game no General ma to so ewo under 20
we represent nana
Dabi nyanda
ebia
okay em to so
nyanda
Fulani ni by fan and choose munai. Ya sekoto ko 3 4. Dia. Ya di confederation.
Fulani ni ba.
Fulani ni be so fa na be mu jana na ntweba. Ni mu jana na ntweba.
Na clearly so baba anope so to be bad as a confederation here koto has say koto na wa kan wa
na koto ko clearly just century no mu ko Italy omu biti obati ba you know El Hali no o man ko jama kro ma na ya ase
ya be cha
omu ko ji Carlos century ba na ya ti o
ya
Abbas wo ya mo wa ne pa o Abbas wo ya mo wa ne pa o for the past 2-3 weeks in the pen waba one kind of official portfolio as the West Africa work PR work and then the ref
was a work Jesse Joyce oh Joyce oya modern
Joyce o kauma ladies no
okay was a work
Jesse and they has you know a boom
me do ya me dey na mo
and na Abbas the ref in Najuma work for the man
work in West Africa me no so West Africa Cup na me na me bibia ofia
kotokono no na
West Africa Cup na me na me bibia me na me bibia
na to no me to asipa
bibia to me
kotokono no bibia to me
ada wo ye ni na so ke bibia
Musa Bass on challenge
yeah bet you
and now challenge money how and then me money how
and the 20 working say no almost so dear yeah the one more sibe yeah be abu on sa do say sibe so
now you have share one day
yeah jama to azu 8
yeah to azu
yeah be jama sa
mumienu munyi mo fi
under 20 anopeya wa mabo o second game first game ankoye amfama omo second game na abasom wo metimi edinkunim 2-0 and a woman share first game no omulusu 3-1 and no any resource PMU edema under 20 bobo ekono your second game and so abaso am yetimi edinkunim 2-0 and no said the CTM and so ewo ho yet to asum that stories under 17 prospanetogum was also a screening was say ni players or you some fan 17 team no obeso augmented squad no and into a beam e masabre omo ye another screening and Emma say place ni be enso betimi agba no ahwe omo mmodembo no sedie esitie no de omo ebeka team no ho a eno eni sedie esitie enso awo ye to so wada stories Africa Paralympic Committee omo akoto aba no mo to aba no president Samson Dean wasanso atoaso biom as a year president Edema Paralympic Committee no for the next 4 years nipa 40 and I was said to abano nyamu 38 and Samson Dean enyaye ko onobu Kofi Adams abona basu ye papa sempo no and am ni Juma pa odino and nam so emasabre woma asanso amano another mandate se ondi Juma and former Paralympic Committee no yenko Ghana Premier League no matches sawodo no etimi ebaso Friday Nations 1 Hoho United 1 Saturday Vision 2 11 Wonders 1 and then Ediana 0 Mediama Sporting Club 0 and then results PM on Saturday Sunday matches about ne Karela Tenefie any Dreams Kwetipenko 1-1 Heart of Lions etimise Brekum Chelsea 1-0 Bazakaweli Stars Eshen eye Gold Stars 2-0 Samates enso timise Swedro All Blacks 1-0 Young Apostles edinkunim obechemso womo shomo 3-2 and eye Super Clash no ekoso has etenefie ema kotoko ekosho kaba kwa womo entimi antin we ene matches awodo a eno so etimi ebaso after the game our center sawodo no doma game ekoso Saturday na eye game a top lineup coach Aristica after the game no wakasa was in a game no a good football and a course obia ebo no modin ye ewa kensie no coach Aristica
the second four shots from the score but it's not the good luck. The second half, the Mediama, the first 15 minutes, you were coming again inside in the game, you will trash us. Please, gentlemen, is the draw, the 0-0, but if you see the game, I think Aduana Star have the more opportunity from the score. Mediama maybe have one chance or two chances in the 90 minutes from the score. But it's good football, what I see today, two teams try play football, possession, counter-attack, attack, aggressive. I like talking from our play, and only the last 50 meters, 20 meters, if his concentration from the last pass, I think it's possible to win the game. But this is the situation, is the draw. Let's fix what is the problem.
Coach Aristica, somebody too, a draft after the game, no bra. Omuko PM doma kobo draw. Not just train doma about draw. Coach Ibrahim Tanko kasa ose omu ya adie pa. So mekwa we biti se ediana na ometimi akobo draw de omu aya adie pa. Coach Ibrahim Tanko.
My team dominated from first minutes to the last minute, and very unfortunate that the last free kick didn't go in, but I think I'm very, very satisfied with the performance of my team today. No, I think this is our style of play. I don't think going away you have to change everything you train for, and this is our style, and I am very, very happy how the boys executed it. They did very well, unfortunately, like I said, but coming to our way, playing team like Diana and took points, I think is very, very good for us. No, I think we did really very well. My team dominated from first minutes to the last minute, and very unfortunate that the last.
When you see coach Ibrahim Tanko, head coach at the Midfield Sporting Club, and also at the Etuja, Nana Eye Kwekwa Jim on a vision for coach. Weekend day Bay, or Wakensi at the Nimabrone, and as a Wednesday on a Kotoko and a babo. After the game, no, one also didn't say bless no, one more aya dear pa.
I think that coming to play against 11 Wonders, we knew that it was going to be a tough game. 11 Wonders is a very good footballing club, and we couldn't expect anything less. They came here, they fought very hard, but football is always kind to the one who scores the goals. Individuals, collectively as a group, they play very, very good football. They can balance between playing out and going long balls. They've got very, very good wingers, and they use them to good effect. But my boys were very astute.
When you someone na vision for coach, what they had to after the game, no run off Mensa was in a kind of Maswedro All Blacks. Results no ankoye amfa momo. Also GDA said results we there and as a match we there or more anya there. But this game no also mtimi ya there be bo mo na mtimi nya results no.
I think we are a bunch of young guys. We are working hard. We are making sure we make our towns so good and the teams so good. Blacks are proud. I think unfortunately we lost today, but I think it was a good game for us. It's a learning curve as well. So hopefully in our subsequent matches we can do our best.
Bechem United I can see abomu kopiemu, and so akobo after the game no coach Emisa the first game of boy Edema Bechem United Okasai at the far game no ho omo do maybe a 3-2 and a game no end day.
Well, I'll thank my players for the good performance they put up today. But most of the times I see football sometimes not the true reflected chain of what actually happened. In the first half, for instance, after passing the ball, you see young Apostle meeting the game. But to get to 15 minutes, somewhere along the line, we took over. And we are delighted to watch. And then what I would say is that we got a time when we started messing up our passes. Our passing, as I'm expecting the midfielder to go and come and hold the ball, pass around, it was not coming. We just give the ball, we lose the game easily. We lose the ball to this very easily in the first half. And especially when we were leading 1-0, which means the ball is in our advantage. We have just patience and put the ball into areas where we can possess very well. So for our tournament.
When some more coach Emisa Bechem United, one more head coach. One more point in the first game of ball at the Amaboboko coach Abu Hanan. When a young apostles for coach. One also cause this game no na tough game here papa because new coach Biaba players be so impressing to me. Say game no ebeye dempa at the amomo.
Very tough, but the players did well. They played to tactics. Even though the match was very tough, we expected the match to be that way because change of coach, opponent said definitely every player will want to impress him. Most of the times when there is a change of coach, they normally get results because every player will want to impress to the coach. So we expected the match to be very, very tough. So we also worked very tirelessly this week on attack so that we can make sure that we bring more goals.
Where coach and the younger apostles Abu Hanan, then someone did 2 Janonum, Basaki only stars 10 FM, Edim Kunim, and war a goal stars, so Mr. Goal stars by 2 goals to 0. Yamankwa and your coach at the Matimosi place be Breyare and until Omenya full complement of one team and Omede Ekopiemo and so coach Yamankwa.
Ourselves concerning what's happening in our team. All the players who play for the first game, we have 6 players left. Maria, and then we brought those who are on the bench to come and finish it. We know we have a challenge, and we know we can make it here. That is football for you. Not for us, we want always to get it there. It's good. We find ourselves concerning what's happening in our team.
Wakra Sports Stadium, Samba O'Neil and then winning MVP award after the game. Was it playing Kotokoni has game being with that form and unti game with it one more your best so meet me in a resource but na game no any easy Samba O'Neil.
No, Asofok is a strong side and like the game was not easy, but this night we was very determined to win the game. As you know, like anytime when you play Asofok is a particular game, so you don't need someone to tell you that go and play well. You need to be focused and push yourself. But you know, he's and like he's very very good and like I don't even know how to. You know, they are always behind us and. I will tell them to continue to be behind us, and we are taking it game by game. So today we are celebrating a win against our rival, and they should continue to be behind. As you know, Asofok is a strong side, and like the game was not easy, but this night we was very determined to win the game. As you know, like anytime when you play
Samba O'Neil a captain de Makumasi Asante Kodokone san winning MVP award no Masu Didi Dramani head coach and the Macras work was a match where the Nisenka has a work one more elusu a game way.
We lost and so I think we don't deserve to lose. I think we don't deserve to lose in my opinion and in the opinion of everyone who was observing, not just watching. If really you observe the game, you could see that we control some portions of the game, and then in some other portions where Kotoko are also dangerous in terms of their transitional play, we didn't do well. It's an area we will want to continuously improve. I think still in the first half we still control major parts of the game, and then you can expect that in some games there will be moments where you struggle with certain aspects where finding it difficult to find the necessary spaces, but I think that at the end of the day, still in the first half, we still control. When we're controlling was when we considered the penalty, which I still have my doubts on.
Dramani a coach a day Emma has a work in somewhere what they a 2 Janono was also casted for penalty in their but say the penalty no some brabeto Jantibiana in some kind of Yenti coach Abdukarim Zito on also Kasa was a game no na a difficult game ye pa.
Knows has and Kotoko how difficult it is or it was even from the time in Muhuria when I was even playing. And then you see that supporters today, everybody is happy to come to witness this game. So at the end of the day, it was very, very difficult, but the mindset is there. At all costs, you have to beat them. And then if only you want to set our target, I believe, we have to win this game. Because winning this game will also propel us to go towards our objective. So I'm very, very happy. Haas are very good at that area.
Okay.
So you always have to plan against the bad and the good side of the team. So this is what we did. We watch and then we saw that if we allow Amanka to be going, we also have a problem. So this is a case we force him to come back. Instead of to go and add pressure, he couldn't make it. So that was why we allowed him to go and come just to disturb him.
Coach Abdul Karim Zito a coach Edema Kumasi Asante Koroko on nsɛm a wɔde two jam after the game no and so chairman solo and so be so say Hazuboki de say de baby be show mu bia no omo be show mu
but the you say Antonio Boase boko adwuma we no omba mu a obetu aka de ye ode ba uba mu a obo say different o dey say me catch you see so onya abotre adwuma na ye form o anya kasa is all here throughout the week na me pese me kasa bebre ba na nim say Accra Sports Stadium
blame ref no
penalty no na clear penalty wanje then me come out say Kotoko is ahead of Accra Folk.
Has for so much go ref in Anja Mamo.
Wouldn't the entire ball no? Ya man ko rapport no. Ya was the last man up again sir. It is different as on that form ho. Enyo masem. Now, what can say Samba ebegina wa ma player be bobo say. Never. At the end of ball no last one up again flag dada. Ejina hu here. E dey about footballer.
We in somewhere a chairman solo what they to the genuine crash Stadium na fans no complain scoreboard enye djuma omo betutu nyema na de free Kumasi e de kwa Accra and so still nya their scoreboard no and so eye djuma e wa Accra Sports Stadium during Kotoko and has game a course so e wo already there has players no omo de Ana Hussein or the apology no e de ababra match ne ba ne wie ya odi enimu ema okọ attack referee Masud Didi Domani coach Edema Kotoko coach Edema has e prevent no kra na still okoso jenu ayem fancy hanomo
okay ya de besi ha na fe ya hwe nsem nu kakram se ya brubru so a enche meba musmo ho na fe mo de madwenkyere no enso abreye okay mo de messages kakra baba ni nyina no me call Dr. Dawood Asoye na mafa nkrato kakra bi abayeba de aka nyina no ye be cheche adwen kakra bi na adan de aka na mo musmo be ma betre madwen Dr. Dawood
enuanom ne adofo ye fra me Dr. Dawood me na me da Dawood Herbal Hospital ano na enam me so enane Dawood ointment Dawood 360 capsules wodwa manso a ene obi adi hu adanse na duwei edutwem Dawood ointment o se fatwi na ebeko ofa Dawood 360 capsules o se sisi na ade ewom na dromienu wei adwuma bom obi a osisi ye o yapa de obeye ne se o de Dawood ointment no etwitwe osisi na anopa ene anwumra nansa bia no na o de bia bo asawa obetimi de atua udware wi a fa Dawood ointment o de te ne fa sra ta bre kro na no na wonom Dawood 360 capsules no anopa ene anwumre na danse na ba amane o de enko na enko ti adanse ni bi
Dawood ointment edrowe me straighten and welding the toda me po djuma na me honam nyina me hu bibi enye ba se minya sa Dawood ointment we na me twitwi a na no pa so minya Dawood 360 na me no mo a eze kwa le me ye adwuma kra se kane no te drowe de edima se mama na be di so asema mama
ye electrician na ye adwuma ekofia yentimi na Dawood ointment so ye adwuma na obra okodru fia fa twitwi ade be che no na ho aye den Dawood ointment fa twi keke nebeko
Ram yusu mama hode pa ma metumi gba odwuma bibia e kama e mam ye Dawood 360 capsules and a Dawood ointment o memre we no na do we no so twitwi wa aposo e be ma ya oni nyina afiri o ma de e che otumi be gba odwuma Dawood ointment fatwi na ebeko
da bia manfo compare de wo ka mu sa ko spreader me secret na nu ani e bigdo na ani Dawood Ointment ene papa me sole no pa me di twitwi me sisi achi me babia he me ntebre secret ni nie ti so person te sam ya we use Dawood Ointment. That's the secret of my taxi driving.
Me a transmission gearbox specialist ejuma me ye en kan na me pega de a na me nsakura ntimi pega na ase me ma de so na lock me sisi say fi say me share Dawood 360 capsules and the Dawood Ointment abo me bebre the drive na so amente ya mente bla bia obia mo modern so betimi apɛ Dawood Ointment and the Dawood 360 capsules enya bi ato
odofo se wate bi aduro ya me ka ho asɛm no eno ho adanse ene wono madi no ko pharmacy e ben wo Herbal shop e ben wo ne koto Dawood Ointment Dawood 360 capsules na se de enkrofo di ho adanse no wo so be di ho adanse wo pesa wo frɛ ya eno na wo screen ase no 0244 886437 na 020 168 1717 baby a yeton aduro wo man Ghana mu bia no o de wura house o pe Dawood Ointment and Dawood 360 capsules.
All right, afe yemra na yemetwetwe nkomo kakra. Kessben television Kessben 93.3 Kessben 92.9 Accra na dodo no anso ehwe o DSTV 364 na fe Go TV 121. Good afternoon to you all. Abbas, with all these explanations from the referee, Kala, and all the panelists, you are still backing. Please, you better stop it because we are all learning, okay, about the rules of football. So you don't throw dust around. Nakus Otuo Echampon and anyway Abre Abbas. Maminko Kwame Usudonko ho. Kwame essay Heart's Day of Shame. One more apology must come from their coach Didi Dramani on a penalty incident. He conceded that there was a contact but said it was soft. Does it lie in his mouth to judge whether or not the contact was soft or hard? Ironically, he failed to pass comment on Asibe's handball incident. Just listen to them. It's a shame. Kwame Usudonko, they also de Abreme, and so no. All right, Laven C. Jumeura, as the champion Joe, please wish Abbas and Hatofuk a very happy birthday for me in advance. This will be, they will be 114 years tomorrow, November 11th. We gave them their birthday present yesterday. Laven C. Jumeura no ankasa and anyway, and so Abreme. Mohammed Hussein's attitude was a zongo huna, just a tiny fry with a massive huna. Ahiniba yeboa and anyway, and so Abre Yensia. Okay, yen free ho na minko hwan edia so Seth dabai. I'll say good afternoon, sir. Please, can you and your panel help me? It seems every foreign striker from Kumasi Asante Kotoko who play against Hearts of Oak, okay, has scored. Hearts of Oak, if my memory serves me right. Boss, am I right? All right. Then we need to have foreign players in our starting lineup anytime we're playing against Accra Hearts of Oak. All right. Seth Daban and so the Abba and no. On Yeneba Kwache Cologne, Germany. Mamisha we issue kakre bi na peace no hama dwinti meant me on Yeneba Kwache me say well you know what. Mamin can be na menya de aka no. I watched a neurologist who was certain that Heart of Oak will win. But Kumasi Santiago's victory demonstrated that football is not decided by spirituality or superstition. Even though spirituality has been part of our culture, football currently is driven by preparation, tactics, and hard work. The Heart of Oak defender could have stopped the Kotoko attacker before he entered the box. Instead, punched him outside and later fouled him inside the box, leading to a clear penalty to the disallowed goal. The assistant referee even had his flag up before the referee blew the whistle. So the reaction from the Heart of Oak players was unnecessary which you could replay the video. All right. We love Peter Amidu Aqua, but he should work on his finishing, else he will cause pregnant woman to deliver prematurely. Okay. Seto petit number 2. Kumasi Edeode Abreye and no. We see Abbas. All right. And also Joe, you seem to be pampering Abbas on your program. Bear in mind that no amount of words will convince Abbas to accept his defeat. Akresi Sapon, so that crow do program iso. Akresi Sapon kofodia enso na diwe abre. Mamini be mienu ana me nsemi na femi Dr. na Franco Naro. Don't you think because of the brand of our local football, some of these negative comments shouldn't be aired? All right, Fatau. Nsawam enso na diwe abre. Do her dog kubetire wadwen kakra dia fa ho. Daddy Boat Abidjan, please next time let Heartofok appoint their own referee. We shall win them. Intina de also de abre and so I don't know. We Busa say where were the 5 Shaolin masters when Kumasi Santi began throwing missiles from all angles? Now that the 5 Shaolin masters know where to channel their anger, immediately Kotoko handed them the pain that stinks like the bee. We'll continue to egg on Asante Kotoko to do this kind of quality display of football, just only to expose the confused 5 Shaolin masters for our pleasure whenever they engage them. Good afternoon. Strong Amido, South Korea, as Nediwe Abre, Dr. Franco Naro.
Well, General, Maminsha seem free and the biggest game. No? First of all, I think that na look so positive. Publicity from the House of Hook end for me was good. Oshaya Oman started very well, but later the social media, no epic here, the traditional media, no more you know very well. But baby, I'm not surprised kakra about house publicity no ye. Was or more tone league in the Crawford, but at the same time, no more catch them Crawford say referee now will be the match no or me boy referee no I see. Normally, say oh ton baby, now person Crawford be. Now the chrono will turn and Kasan Susuno. Also presented the chrono as something which is very negative. Idea M1 Crawford. And I'm even thinking, say, a sense and some no more referee, no, and the man supporters and the players need be reacting the way they reacted. So talking about lessons, I see if free nra Crawford overreaction, no, it be ASA and some I can't defer. A referee soon before the game, would have to be very circumspect about that. I think the pitch was just top notch. Accra Sports Stadium, Juma na sprinklers, before the game. Na it was just nice. Diaka, scoreboard.
Yeah.
In fact, if we are playing our biggest game like this, now your big game, Black Stars game, and say na scoreboard Juma. Near Bibo we na scoreboard in Juma. Na mienim adwene ntina me bisa mo say den pa na ekoso wo scoreboard na scoreboard no nkwe ho asem te sen se oman mu nyina da eneye ni one single stadium e wo scoreboard ba ko ukon krofo ama so a stadium ba ko scoreboard me no a problem. And I think say Mr. Yampofwan Kranini team have done some good work. Even both Babaya and Accra Sports Stadium by say almost fixing a scoreboard at the Mayan. Attendance, I wasn't bad. Under normal circumstances, and say near man shut down 2 teams in India, but Kakra Muye, yes, Kotokone has who expect to stadium be Philly, but the Enyanisa standard of play.
The same time next city in Liverpool
and so into I think at least we lower VIP, upper VIP, ni VVIP ni, and I saw some new faces. And me who Dr. KK Sapon, me who former House of Folk board of directors, and some new people. Okay. I saw some of these celebrities. In fact, Sewa me hair crowd and neti.
Okay.
Just the VVIP on them. Yeah. There were a lot of people. The normal football fans, but they came. Some politicians and all that, and I think say it's also positive. So I never we know. Yeah, na catch us here. You only nkebeko yi but the poor game ni niema you no park so no general and Shenkran see a work it towards it you see here can say his statement that has supporters leaders thereby as a Chinese say they've not even regretted the actions I cause me imagine him say and case supporters leaders are key element in promoting the game and ensure say sanity be best.
But me show baby na also manhandle Yusuf no.
Yes.
Supporters chairman had to supporters in chairman but me show video na nka be ne ba.
And Yusuf nsusu kakra be on tell say waba fufuri de. Nipa bebre nhye da nim ne yiu. Enti se wokọ baby a o hwe obi hu say I'm not justifying it. I've not seen the video. But nye nipa nyina na nimo police for no wo ya fufuro nti bebre nhye da hu. Enti wo hwe nipa no be hu say wo ya asomasi kra no na bia Oma handle dada inti say omo ehwe. The game itself for Kotoko has games in recent times. This is one of the best. Except that pressure nanka me pese has de Kotoko keepers men has ball no nyina akoye emfimfin honom. Say omo try goalkeeper e ball short am keeper yi ene sa niema no. Enya de se mi hu ni sa. General I think say has January transfer. Didi Dramanu team said this is a well-coached team. Why yeah, Juma with team no or boost your confidence. Any other but still a Drew baby I will expect individual quality. A bini honum. She penalty ya boy you koye. Individual asem. Na ya na him say almost charge than so show more opponent because a player unim pitamidu. So unni pa sa ball no fire. Obe cannot wear because that boy will cut in. Now, dead there no. Baby na no okono so no there was no need tripping him and it was deliberate. Etimi feel say boys na nkasa nsunsun ade because wo bebobo a wo ye defender and say we sua about even the attackers no how we omuniema. It's something they have to work on. Some key performers that I noted for me, I don't know. Hussein is one of them. I was also impressed with Rafael Amponsa. Mosquito there, nyane back pass now, I would have taken him as one of them. Goalkeeper Benjamin Asari for me was up to it, but it kicks. General, so kicks now no buffer formed in and now pitching in Finfiono. Several games, several key players ebe intercepted. Now Boba Akumienua players omoya top notch no. Ohun dia wo ya. Obesto obe
yemfa de kan konya me osma
CP General until the yemfensia all in all so far Kotoko remains the only unbeaten team in our league. House of Oak were handed their first defeat of the season and I think they're ahead of their birthday tomorrow so a bitter pill to swallow but that is football.
Sure you bet was such na outwi nyina Rebecca sa
abasin ke nwini ne
da bi ntimi edoso penifo ahodo ese ka me frɛ o kra was a game yi ho ne ade
ya so bozo si ya gbawie nti
Kumasi Asante Kotoko has officially ended Hearts of Oak's 7-month unbeaten record. Kudos to the Asante Kotoko boys. A crucial Raul if you just know do yaba.
Was it say
also more unbeaten run wa league no Kotoko ending no.
Why ending no. Okay, Matias said why can do almost journey for Africa.
Ano
Big Joe.
Am kakrai.
That's enkafo no chiao pa. I'm so men chiao. Baby a obi obewu ma kra bia Big Joe nipa ene yo de ebu din pa won kran enya asem kra. So mo chiao. Nra senior na mo kana hasifo no you
baba waka say you
ya ma hasifo no say Ghana ha nye o mo dia Ghana ha nye hasifo enya mo dia na mo atimi abetwerɛtwerɛ nsɛm akɛse ye be kɔbɔ sumo ye saa ma ehu ekura to referee no so jo me say ye kɔ ye no foul so nko 11 first half no referee no GTI within 3 minutes time ye said nya pitamidu ya e corner so dimnika kofa ball ne hat o cha yi taekwondo ni e no ne pan no awoso pitamidu no da fam bram referee go on obia nim se ball we dey complete foul yes say na nko ye nso ne be and day ye dey ne edi time say sha ne be show ne referee be you ne awonyo ye be hye mo na wa mo akɔtwe statement say enti adopa na me ye one crusade bi e fa o mu prayer wo say ho say nke abandon no be 5 to 6 years na as a prayer na o ye ase ne say na wa koye wi nanso enam krata na wo twere ba ya mo nyina mo de mo anu atum no me am tie krata no mu asem no me won say sabe empanimfo say wo ba ani gu stress so a ye pepa ye ntwa na mo me tie twa kwala no achi kakra ya nya ne hwedi a obeye yi enti ase ebo na achi kakra na jo ade art force ade if you compliment the kra no woman my just 15 the whole team like kumasi asante kotoko ene mo enti woman effort come bre so say woman be intimidate here but as dan kenya me say yes ye the woman asa to proper position ya shi on pa what dey work for mo ye da bia na da kro mo ade has ye be shi wo mo so da bia
how to focus on the decision of the referee. They should focus on how to recruit quality players. Yesterday individual brilliance won the game for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Mr. T Amasawa
timi kwana me kase didi say o technical team hwe niam yi because the ball na ye ball ye defenders ni nyina chase attack defender need play odimlika betak ya abisa mwa is technical team no o mututu ne wuntimi ni one team mombo man one player anytime bia no wotratu bita mi de anytime bia no na dombote wo form no wudi dombote ba ha nkumunko ntimi nko Ndia sira o ndia technical omunya wadwuma mai ye birthday ni yani ni yi birthday ni yani ni yi kra junior team na lusu as ma lusu as ya lusu 3 teams ni na anura 3 teams ni na ya lusu ya lusu but
055 1444933 Abbas we never interest okay hello good afternoon
hello Sergio
yes sir good afternoon
good afternoon
yeah.
Pacho Richard ni Medwadu Mankran so as you are me chairman Kanzo senior high teachers for nyina ene enkrani nyina yo Sergio Saturday in mekan wa sa Abbas eye ehunehuna keke ana woye enkosi bebia ana work share ya eba Ghana ha ye superior than them eno de no doubt say work share tenor hard to folk me say sisi apa umbeshe kotoko biemu no ene ye say tough ya anu umbeshe kotoko but competitive match pa 3 points that's cap is no omo forget it enti ashemo woni tum e che ni ashemo
Sergio omo se min kan kire so masters any waka e ba Ghana ha kotoko so ye mo sumo masters e omayimu hello good afternoon
good afternoon Sergio
yes sir
Sergio hey we ni ngredo asantima po
Henry Etiopa
Sergio man fa kwanya we so na me cho fa mo akwata na me ncha Robert da bi owo bia no me ncha na awie Sergio ye de ya hye wo mo na se na apenkra ene safu jamfiti ase die haso folk o mo nto o madwim aje Sergio o mo di ato abre ye sere wo mo a o mo ye nche o mo ye me kotokofo ye nche o mo kakra ba na se has for na ye me kwam na ye nche o mo o na so o mo nche and this apa dia Sergio o mo nto o madwim so folk private match kotoko biem die la he said do me dem pese me ka che o mo nyina ne se yambo ye se twa o mo kumase o mo mra ye san fa mu o mo so ye nyi league no because ye mfa wiem enkonko bo work ma untrankan ma me say dabi ensida
all right ye fancy ye tia unguda bisa makwata mampon baby obi a tia opa e bompa ye enso e de ma na ma kun so e na Olympics for so supposed to dey be e wo mo page o minimum dey bit ma hwe no so kakra bi a mrenu makwan on Facebook page wo yeah hello
good afternoon
afternoon
adumuni cafe
okay
Sergio me house of book enka ye betu ye boas kakra because say o hwe kotoko ba bia kotoko ne nam ne kotoko enya house of book afa ene kotoko kra enti ye bol branch bi say ye no mo ji wangwa o say ko ka o mo no tum because o hwe afi kotoko start ye any Africa or call ye, and we must have local for the share ye, that's what kind of cat we use the kotoko team. Yamum, Timina yet, Yayan to me, I know one year. It's how I also folk need the county protocol. Tauber Brew was Kakra.
Kessben has bro muhasi on this Brasier notes and yede Mubesia. Yes, we so the movie on the Kessben TV and Olympics the quarter almost page was here.
Your call.
Okay, you fancy na young we say Alima Sadia happy birthday. Alima to Sadia. And then your birthday, you wish you happy birthday. Alima to a student nurse at Kintampo College of Health. We a special birthday wish. I free retired referee Patrick Papala, now a coach. Patrick Papala, so we show happy birthday. Sanso and I wish Joyce Osei Bonsu. Joyce Osei Bonsu ewo UK. And then also birthday. My show happy birthday. We a free ukunu Elder Kweku Anane UK. Elder Kweku Anane Michael Abebiu Ninia Penny. Ne no. I will show happy birthday, Joyce. Okay. Yeah, the etoso and so about Dr. Jessica Agri Champon. And then you also birthday, Dr. Jessica Agri Champon. And then your birthday, may the good Lord shower his blessings on you. We and so your special wish if free a queer kufuo Kessben Media. Also we show happy birthday, Dr. Jessica Agri Champon. Yedebesia na fi crane to cran yede atoa muso. Nyakopon ya admo tena yebesan atransibium. Yeda mu nyina se yakrabo.
Pause.